welcome, Echoes, to Empyrean Rising, a Cypher system-based TTRPG. I am Evie, the Disaster GM, and my pronouns are she, they, or any. I'm the game runner for this fine, if disastrous group that is totally not doomed to death via combat at all. No, not at all. Anyway, let's go ahead and go around doing some announcements. Or introductions first. Let's go with Joel first. Why don't you say hi and tell us who you are?
Oh shit! Hey, it's me with a new webcam, so people can see me now.
So
I'm
shiny.
Joel. I I'm playing Balder Mistforge, the Wall Inspector. Him. He is an appealing speaker who moves like a cat and rises from the depths and technically inspects walls sometimes. And I'm excited to be here.
Wonderful, perfect. We love our wall inspector. Yes.
Very
Anyway,
useful job to have.
next, let's go ahead with Alina, our artist.
Hey everybody, I am Alina Pete. My pronouns are they, them, and I am playing Kale, our empathetic explorer who helps their friends and has the soul of a dragon. They are also they, them. Yeah, it's going to be a whole thing tonight.
Oh, yes, definitely.
It's going to be great.
Yeah, you'll get to help your friends. And Extel,
Babies.
let's jump over to you next.
Hello, everybody. I am Extel. I'm playing Jax, the Wall Destroyer. Both of our pronouns are he, him, and he is a chaotic warrior who needs no weapon and also rides the lightning. And I am ready to destroy something.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
How many hit points do you have, sir?
Yeah, how much in total do you have left?
What are you talking about? More than one, I'll tell you that. It's a number that's
all you need.
more than one.
Yes,
It's a number
enough.
that's more than one. Yes, and you are full at speed, so it's not like you're gonna be stunned in place or anything. No, not at all.
You know, I'm fantastic.
You'll be
I'm great.
fine.
Yeah.
Fine.
Okay. Well, last but certainly not least, Maggie.
Oh my god, hi. I'm Maggie. My pronouns are they, she, and I'm playing Sybil, who her pronouns are she, her, but she's an overeager adept who would rather be reading.
For some reason, I am not focused anymore.
And
Oh.
you got your second tier.
And I got my second tier, and
Yeah.
I forgot what it was.
You are a walking dream.
Ooh.
Yeah, I am. I just wanted
All
to
right.
hear
Such
you
a
say
dream bout. Just a
You
dream
are a
bout.
walking dream.
So dreamy.
All
I
right.
actually
Well,
forget.
as you might have been able to tell by our character descriptions, especially while Joel messes with the new webcam, this is, as I said, a Cypher system-based game. This is not D&D. So while we will be utilizing D20s, there is a little bit of a difference in terms of how roles are asked for, when and what they do, and how each character is built. We've got a couple of badasses here with our group. Everyone is wonderful. You can also try holding up a piece of paper to try and get it to focus at you.
Be a little influencer.
Yeah.
Yeah, like adjust your lighting
Yeah, one
with
of
a
those.
piece of
There you
paper,
go.
like
Oh, you're good. You're good, I
like
think.
that.
Oh, you did it.
There you go.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
The background was unblurring, but I was blur. I don't know what the fuck was going on.
Yeah. It's
Sorry, continue.
you are just so wonderful that your personality takes up the entire room, and it wanted to focus on that.
Yes.
Aww.
The personality, the thing that makes everything blurry and not visibly appealing. You're right.
Anyway,
Rip.
but yeah, so well, I have wonderful players here. You will also see just below me on the screen a QR code that Altered Echo Archives is now raising funds for the Lupus Foundation of America. The Lupus Foundation is a national voluntary help organization with a network of chapters, offices, and support groups located in communities throughout the US, all devoted to solving the mystery of lupus, not the mystery of Joel. Check them out online for more information and donate either through the QR code at the corner of the screen or directly through their website. No portion of donations go to Altered Echo Archives or any of its staff, cast, or affiliates. I'm going to drop a link in chat. If I remember what it is.
I believe in you.
Maybe.
Are you?
There we go.
Hey,
Hey.
Found it. I'm smart. I need to write those down. Anyway, as a special announcement, I may be joining a little bit of a guest scenario on another page with some friends of mine. Keep an eye out on our Blue Sky and Twitter for further announcements regarding that. But beyond that, this is also going to be the last video benefiting the Lupus Foundation of America. We will be transferring to a different charity as of next session. With all of that out of the way, let's roll into focusing on today's session and what happened last time. The group, down in the depths and having ventured back to the hidden study of the last Primary and Archmage of Eisenbridge, split up after a shocking interaction between two of them. As they attempted to recover and take a moment of thought, Jax and Balder chose to wander off to adventures and interactions unknown, while Kale and Sybil attempted to figure out what was going on down there a little bit more and put together a couple of potions. Research didn't take them too long before they discovered that their friends had done more than just stepped out of the room, and they went searching. In the meantime, Jax and Balder took a roundabout way, including climbing a cliff face that Jax might have had a few slips and slides on, eventually making their way back into Deepview, where they found that there had been some sort of fight or riot, and that the main exit from Deepview into the proper parts of Eisenbridge had been barricaded off. Intending to go back and get Kale and Sybil, Kale especially since Deepview was their home, Jax ran off, dove through the broken hole in the ground and directly into the water around the same time that Kale and Sybil had gone searching for them, utilizing Kale's adventurer and explorer abilities to find the traces and tracks of their friends. This prompted a little bit of a throwback fight to a large serpentine water beast. Bites and fights continued to happen before Balder, sensing something, a discordant melody from water nearby, went running to help his friends. Through very entrancing speech, he managed to help soothe the situation. And everybody has at least come to a briefly peaceful accord in this dark, water-filled cavern far beneath the city. Riding back towards your friends, atop this large serpent, is Balder. The other three having made their way back towards the ledge against the wall. Proceed.
I slam Sybil's health potion immediately.
Right.
Yeah.
Did forget I
I just-
gave you that.
I just
Yeah.
drink it all.
It has been, for the audience, it has been less than 24 hours since Jax received the beating of his lifetime, and almost died.
Yeah.
And he is in love.
Yeah,
um,
Jax is hurting a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
but not in
Kale
my
is
heart.
dripping wet from having jumped into the water to fight a monster for some reason, and they're not
Yeah.
quite sure what to do with that, so they're like just like
Kale
fussing with their clothing and
full
doing their
on
hair.
went out of character, jumped into the water to be a hero. It was very unusual.
They're still dealing with that. So they're like trying to just put themselves back together.
So this is a recovery roll, correct?
Yes.
Awesome. Come on. Oh, it's gonna be 5. It's fine.
Big money, big money.
Okay.
To bring my intellect back up to 7. That's great.
Oh, that's great.
We're doing great.
Ridiculous.
So Jax drinks that and he's like, yeah, okay, cool. But yeah, Deepview's like being like, they're on guard for like a revolution or something.
What now?
Now?
Yeah, they were like, they said there was a riot in the streets, and then that's why I came back to get you. Hi, I didn't expect to meet
There's
you here.
actual literal rioting going on right now.
No, there was a riot. There's a big fight
Oh.
apparently in the streets, like outside of the entrance to Deepview, and then they barricaded the entrance because they were blamed for it. I think is what I heard. Right, Balder?
Because of the explosion. Yes.
Yeah, the explosion. That's what I think. It was the loud noise we heard earlier.
From the surface.
Yeah, from that one.
So the people of Deepview are being blamed for some explosion that happened on the surface.
I think.
And
That's
guards
right,
have come
sounds
down
like-
to apprehend those responsible, probably us.
Probably.
Looks
Did
like
I or
murder
did I
to me.
not say that this would happen?
I wasn't there.
A lot of
hear you
stuff
say it.
happened, so
I don't remember honestly. Yeah.
yeah.
Are you
We should get
all
back
right?
there, but
You were kind of in a fight just now. With my friend.
I have not been all right for literally weeks. This is just.
Are
That was
you?
very brave of you.
Did you get injured? Is my question.
No.
Brilliant.
Drip, drip, drip,
I
drip.
suppose just my dignity. I'm very running low on clothing. Is your friend all right? I did
Oh.
injure them a little bit.
I'm gonna ask in their own language their pronouns. just to know like how I'm talking to the sea serpent and asking how do I describe like what they're who are they everything.
So, as like just a visual picture for all of you, this is a fairly large sea serpent thing, somewhat dragonic in appearance, and its head is big enough to wrap its maw around one of you. That's why it had managed to quite literally bite and pick up Jax.
Why?
So out of it comes out this clicking whistle sound that is very similar to dolphins and some other porpoises. Just click, 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 and then maybe a whistle. While Balder tries to get the camera working again. There we go.
Okay. Sorry, my lighting's gonna be ass.
It's
That's
fine.
That's okay. You also don't have to have it on blur if the blur is just messing with you. It's okay.
No, the blur is there. It's not the. It's not. I have a horrible. It's fine.
Okay.
The situation.
What the general gist of the message seems to be, because it is back and forth with you a couple of times, is that it doesn't seem to have a concept of pronouns or gender.
Of course.
Wouldn't that be nice?
It doesn't like initially it's like not understanding what you're trying to say, and then as you're trying to explain it, so it's again Balder riding on top of this thing, big old dragonic serpentine head, like giant ass teeth,
I feel
clicking
like by
and
this point I'm
whistling.
on the ground, just looking up at it, talking to
Just like
him.
back and forth, this click 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 whistle whistle whir sound.
And then I'm gonna
There's no
ask it if it
concept, like
has
there's
like
no way to translate that.
if there was like a name it wants me to call it, or like a word that it feels connected to, or something of that kind.
They recognize each other through scent, so it asks you to come up with a name for it.
Aw.
They don't really have a concept of gender, and also
Sounds lovely.
yeah, and also I think we should call it Mr. Fluffington from now on.
It
Okay.
just
Perhaps
whistles at you
just
guys.
Fluffington?
Oh well, yeah, Fluffington. Don't want to gender it. It's true.
Are they okay? Are they still bleeding? And I'll like hide my hands in my sleeve.
Are they?
You can't quite tell, like you can see the punctures, but it is dark enough down here to where you're not sure if that's like blood or just like the nasty water on it.
That's all right. They're. I'm sure they'll be fine. I think we should go up to Deepview.
Yes.
Actually, yeah.
We definitely should. Can you try to explain to your new friend not to eat us if we happen to
Fluffington?
come back here again?
Oh, no, yeah, no. It thinks I'm here to protect it. I actually need. I'm gonna be back anyway. So, I want to get him out of the water. The water is not. I don't like its vibes. So I'm gonna once we're done with the whole thing going upstairs, I'm gonna try to get it back into the lake proper.
All right, and then I start going to climb up.
I will stop for a moment and like actually sort of bow to it and say, can you convey my deepest apologies? I can understand having something to defend. I thought that
I translate.
yeah, if it was simply defending its territory, then I did not mean to intrude.
I translate.
It kind of bends its head further and gets like really close to you, Kale, and there's this kind of almost wail click going on in the back of its throat. And you, Balder, recognize that it's not even really speaking, it's absorbing, like it's taking in Kale's scent before it like
I give it a pat on the neck,
does
like
the
there you go.
same to Sybil and Jax, and then moves back to Sybil and nudges you.
Friends.
Right.
What just happened?
I'm trying very hard not to think about that.
We can talk about it later. We got a town to save.
Oh yes, Deepview. We should go.
Yeah.
Before Balder goes, he turns to the monster or to the creature, to Fluffington, because they've got a proper name.
You've got a name.
And I'm gonna put my hand on its snout. I'm gonna give it a little pet. I'm gonna tell it in its language that I will return, and I will help him find his people again, or their people again.
It acknowledges that and basically informs you that it will go and return to guarding the entrance. And then like is back down into the water. Because as far as it was aware, you were saying goodbye and that it was to go back to what it was doing.
Which was guarding stuff.
Good.
I need to practice that language a little more. All right, and I have to just go back to the others.
So Jax, of course, heads off ahead of you guys. So you see that he, for the two of you that had not traveled this particular path before, instead of heading back towards the Skyway, and whatever like access to the like stairs and whatnot. He goes the opposite direction along this ledge and towards a further crevice that had not been fully visible from the center of the lake when you guys initially had come around. And there is basically like a rock climbing broken crack and cliff up the wall. And you can see signs of like people scrabbling and a couple of little bits of crystal, because you can see in the dark, you have better vision than them right now, that indicate that this is probably the path that your friend had taken
Good. Yeah.
previously. Jax, since you are heading up without them near you to aid in your climbing checks, let's go ahead and
See if you fall off that wall
get
again.
a attempt at climbing. This is
I will say
might-based
this
skill.
because it's a new thing. Technically, you have an ease on a task. You can use it for whatever. It's just
You
so
don't
long
have
as
to be
it's
nearby?
today. I have to be. It just says. It specifically says. After spending 24 hours with you once per day, each of your friends gets to ease a task. This benefit is ongoing while you remain in the friend's company. Doesn't specify a distance, or as long as I'm in their company.
Okay, well, yeah. So, since you guys have not essentially separated as a group, since you are still friends and considered part of the party, then yeah, I'll accept that. So yes, you do have, if you wanted to choose to take that on this task.
Not this time.
Just remember that it's there. It's all.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
remember,
Save
it's
it for
only
later.
like, I think it was only like a level 4 task, so it's like 12 or better.
Well,
just
but he
rolled
also
bad.
did fail it twice. So
I just
Yeah.
I rolled bad, okay?
We have
You
options.
rolled really badly, especially since I think you are trained in jumping or
Jumping and
climbing.
running.
Jumping and running.
Yeah.
So you're not necessarily trying to parkour your way down, so the jumping isn't fully going to help.
Yep.
But yeah,
It
so
is
level
chill.
4
I'm
task,
cool.
might based.
All right, let's do this. Eh.
no way. No
Did you-
way.
Did you do it again?
Please tell me.
Did you do
What'd
it
you
again?
do?
Tell me.
What'd you do?
Hell.
Share with the class.
It's a natural 1. Okay.
Very good. Very good. You just go.
You see, this is
Holy
why I don't
shit.
need to take those free intrusions from you
No, we do it
having
to
used
ourselves.
that ability.
I
It's
think you
because
still
you're
have
keep
one.
Really
rolling
hurts.
like this. I do. I still have one. I've still got a free intrusion on Jax whenever I want because I don't have to use them since it keeps rolling like shit. Okay,
Don't
I'm
fall
fine,
back
I'm
into the
fine,
water.
I'm
Don't fall
fine.
back into
I'm
the
Fall
okay.
water.
back in the
Amazing.
water.
I'm amazing.
fine.
It's-
Everything's fine.
It's far enough away to where he doesn't fall back into the water. He does try to climb and like he gets maybe 7 feet up the wall, and just as all 3 of your friends join you, you guys see him grab onto a particularly slimy,
Oh, don't.
moss-covered part of rock, and the moss rips off with his hand, and he falls all like 7 or 8 feet directly onto his back. And you are briefly have the breath knocked out of you.
Oh, God.
You know, he's that's the 3rd time he's fallen today.
I usually have
Really?
problems with these. I think that
Yeah.
fight is
Both
taking
other
more out of
times
me
was
than I
right
thought.
here as well.
I'll come and like bend over
Oh.
you and be like, "Did the potion help with all of your internal bruising and bleeding?" I sincerely hope so.
I mean, that's where
I'll,
it's
like,
supposed
poke
to
you.
be anyway.
Poke you in the ribs and be like trying to feel for the sensitive spots you had before.
They're there.
They're there. They're still there. Okay, great. And I'm like, "Ooh, yes. Don't
I have another
don't
one.
fall anymore."
I have one
I'm
more.
fine.
I'm just gonna
We
start
need it.
climbing.
Are you?
Just gonna go.
So go ahead and make your roll.
I am trained in climbing.
Yes, you are. So that means that it is a tier 3 task for you. So that's a
18 on
9
the
or better.
dice.
18.
Ooh.
That is very, very good. So, like, Jax, while still, like, kind of on the ground, breath knocked out of you, two very concerned friends just kind of leaning over you, you see Balder just easily, like, just like last time, just easily scaling, and, like, his ass is right there. So you are mostly watching his ass as he climbs up.
There it goes.
I pick up a rock and throw shock on it, and then I'm just kidding. um, I stand up. No, I'm fine. I'm fine.
No, I'll help
Everything's
you to your
okay.
feet. But okay,
No.
this time, do you see the rock up there? Don't
Yep.
don't grab that one, but there's a handhold just above that, and I'm going to give you advice from a friend.
Oh, okay.
So you are
Probably
now
a good
trained
idea.
in climbing.
Yes.
So I'm gonna try to parkour my way up here.
Oh my god!
Okay.
So you are
Sure.
using the training and then in climbing and then also the training in jumping to try and
Yes.
basically just mountain goat your way up.
Yes.
All right.
Can I be ready
Oh.
to like give him a hand to get up all the way at the top?
All right.
Otherwise, we'll be
So-
here forever.
That does bring it down to a 6. Please don't roll a natural 1 again.
No, look. Look.
We're just leaving you behind us if you fail.
It's a 16.
Okay, there you go.
Beautiful.
Clearly, my advice was helpful.
Yes, this is true.
Very true.
So, yeah, you do manage to climb your way up with at least Kale and Balder watching a little anxiously. And Sybil probably going, what the hell?
I will actively aid Sybil. I'll boost you up if you need it.
Sybil's just like staring at Sybil has not moved since everything happened. She's just like,
I
and then
That's-
he
that's
was
fair,
talking
yes.
to them, and now like she's just going through she's having
Yeah,
a
it's been a
terrible
day.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you
Yeah,
like
'cause
I guess
Sybil
kind of
also got like full on lightninged to the chest earlier.
Uh-huh.
So yeah.
Yep.
Apologies.
yeah, it's a little crunchy. I feel like Kale like offers like a foothold or whatever, and she's like, "Oh,
Yeah.
right, yeah, we're leaving. Thanks, I guess. I don't know what I'm doing.
I don't think any of us do.
Okay,
I'm still trying to figure out why I jumped in the lake after Jax.
yeah.
It's all right. You've got
I would
this.
also like to know.
It was
Yes.
really cool, though.
Thank you.
You're awesome.
Anyway, up you go.
Okay. up the wall.
Okay. So you're also, I'm assuming, giving advice to a friend.
Yes.
To Sybil.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
So
please-
that
please go.
means that it's dropped
I'll
to
also-
a 9.
I'll also
Yes,
reach
and-
down my tentacle to offer the hand.
Okay. So that's
You're getting some serious
used by
aid.
2, so brings it down to 6.
Remember,
Good.
you have a need. You also have an. Okay. Remember, you have a need. An additional
What-
one, just in case.
What was your roll? Just
I got
out
a
of
10.
curiosity. Okay. You would have been fine with just the advice from the friend, but yeah.
Yeah.
So you do get like about halfway up the wall, and like find your next handhold is Balder's tentacle wrapping around
Oh,
your hand,
God.
helping,
Wraps
helping you
itself.
up.
It has really good grip.
Yeah.
She like flinches and like lets go really suddenly, and it just like suctions on. It's like, oh, okay,
All right, come on. I've got
Balder,
you.
Balder,
It's all right. Just come
you
on.
have to tell me that
Oh,
I'm so high off the ground right now. That
no,
oh
I've
my
got
God.
you. You wouldn't have fallen. It's all right. Come on.
you can't. Okay,
Take his strong hand.
This is my strong hand.
All
That's
right.
what I
having
said.
a horrible
Oh.
time. Just gonna like
Yeah.
up we go.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm good. I just rolled. I would just immediately ascend behind you like it's not a big deal.
Yep.
As
fully
I live
believe
down
that.
here. This
I
is
fully
what I
believe
do.
that.
You also can't
Yeah.
see.
I can see where I'm going, which helps.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
One day.
So.
And then I'm
since
just gonna,
Balder
like,
heads
Jax is really
immediately
good
set
at
off
going
towards
the
Deepview.
other way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is. He's very good at jumping off of cliffs and into holes and down cliffs, etc.
Mhm.
But
Bro.
Oh my god.
but yeah, so since Boulder had stayed behind to assist Sybil, Jax, you would actually be the first up, squeezing your way through the crack in the wall and back into that tunnel that leads back into Deepview. Do you head off or do you wait for your friends to join you?
I a half. I move off, yes, but not as fast as I could go
Good. Yes.
because
Mhm.
I am both eager to get into a fight, but also worried about my friends. So
Aw.
there we go.
All right.
Oh,
All
Oh.
right. So, Sybil and Balder and Kale, you would be joining shortly thereafter, determined
Yeah.
by whatever order you wanted to pass each other on the way up.
Kale visibly nerves themselves to squeeze through the crevice. They do not like the tight fit of any cave system, but they'll go through unless you want to call for some sort of roll.
Okay, no, you're good. You're fine.
Good.
Your
Yeah.
your
They
your character's anxiety, unless such situations call for it, is based off of your choice.
great. So they have all of the anxiety in the world forever.
Okay.
They can still function just like me.
Yes.
same.
Yep.
Oh.
But yes, so for Kale and Sybil, who had not taken this route up before, you see the broken portion of the cave and tunnel system that you guys had initially fallen through as you squeeze your way through a crevice and into this area. Jack's just a little bit ahead of you, not moving as quickly as you know that he can, but still not necessarily waiting to help you through. But you do vividly remember that this is where your last cave in was, Kale, followed
That's great.
then by Sybil and Balder.
Sybil is just wheezing. Like this is
So much fun.
she does not climb. This is a bad thing for her. And she's just like, can we please leave?
To make matters worse, though, right next to Sybil, because Baldur's bringing in the rear, I'm singing sea chanties in the language of the sea snake.
So it's just a bunch of dolphin clicks and whistles.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Balder.
Mm-hmm.
Echoing
what's up?
down the tunnel.
I've got
Please.
to practice, though. It's a new language.
Can you please practice later?
Are you all right?
I don't know if you noticed that was really hard. It just happened.
Well, what, the snake?
The climbing?
You? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm used to riggings. That's nothing to me.
Well,
Sorry.
that's great for you.
Do you
I'm
need?
used to reading books.
And that's the show,
Do you-
everybody.
do you
Oh, I broke Evie. That's cool.
Shit.
Continue.
Are you all
gonna
right
help
back
with
there?
We're doing great.
We
So
should
good.
press on ahead quickly.
I agree. Go ahead.
Quickly.
Do you need me to help you carry your things?
I will kill you.
Watch out for the
What did I
hole.
do? What did I do? I just saved you from a sea serpent.
You saved me after you abandoned us.
We didn't abandon you. I had every intent on
We
returning.
came out of a door. I went to go make a health potion and you were gone. You didn't tell anyone where you were going. You just left. That is considered abandonment. And we can talk about that later, but clearly we have something that we need to accomplish right now. So, no, thank you. Your help is not needed at the moment. And she like
All right.
wheezing is like speed walking.
Balder slows down to let the space happen as he just goes into his mind and just starts thinking about things.
No, seriously, watch out for that hole.
I'll stand by it and help them over. It's all right. I will point out the hole in the dark.
Yeah.
Like,
Sybil
it's here.
speed walks, I
Big
think,
step.
directly into Kale's back. It's just like,
And
oh,
I'll just
okay,
like
hi,
grab
hello.
you and help you over the hole. Like just like
Thank you.
I'm just gonna casually jump across it easily.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm training it. I got mad hops.
Bunnies?
It wasn't
You
gonna
get the bunnies?
require. It wasn't gonna require a roll. But yeah, you're good.
Oh my god.
All right. So you make it past the hole, the hole in the tunnel. I'm trying not to make any dirty jokes there. As you go
Happy
further
Pride.
into Deepview, you're
You're not gonna
heading
touch-
towards Deepview. Go ahead. I'm not touching that. No.
You're not
we're
touching the
lingering around
hole?
the hole. We're getting past the hole.
We're getting past the hole. I'm not touching the hole in your tunnel.
No,
Happy Pride.
we're just squeezing through the crack. It's fine.
Years old.
Just continue, please. I'm fine.
As we walk,
You are now-
however, I'm gonna be quiet, which wouldn't normally be something that I mentioned, but Balder isn't the quiet type, so this.
Kale is quite clearly torn between trying to chivvy you up the tunnels faster and being like respectful of the fact that like you're wheezing, probably not used to
I-
climbing from the depths of the earth. Up
Sybil's
to
like
Deepview.
going much faster than she probably should, and like is probably trying to keep pace with Jax. She's just like,
Oh no.
I'm angry and I'm gonna like speed walk through this, and it is not a good thing. She's like, she is wheezing, and it's just like,
Jax,
Oh no!
Jax looks at you and is like, "Really? Why are you doing this?" And then he squats real low and is like, "Hop on."
no.
You know
Jax,
you can't
Jax.
breathe.
You have internal injuries, and I don't know if that potion healed any of them. Maybe not right now.
Again, that's where they're supposed to be. So, but like,
No,
yeah.
no,
Keep
absolutely
saying
not.
that. That's not true, Jax.
But either way, hop on. It's fine.
You
I
can carry
I
my
can
bag.
carry
You
you.
don't
I promise you.
Sybil puts her bag on Jax's back and like it's like, okay, I'm on, go.
I know it's not you, but if you don't want to ride, that's fine.
It's fine. I'm fine. Let's go do whatever we're doing, I guess.
At least walk slower. Please, for me. I don't want you to pass out.
She's just huffing. It's a bad day for her.
Oh, no.
Also, I believe our stream is ended.
Oh no.
The fuck? It's.
Are we
still
off the air?
shows that it still shows.
Oh no,
that
it's not.
streaming on
It's
OBS.
there. It's there. Okay, no,
Yeah.
it ended
Okay.
for me
It's
for some
like-
reason.
Oh, that's just a weird Twitch thing. It does that sometimes
Yeah.
now, especially in the
Yeah.
app.
And actually, I'm done now. Bye.
Bye. See you later.
Yeah.
You did say that was the end of the game there, Excel.
Goodbye.
I think it's your fault.
Just cut.
I
Yeah, no,
spoke
like,
into
The
it.
end.
Maybe I'm the
That's
speaker.
forever, actually.
Yeah, if Twitch
Yeah.
just like slices it into a bunch of different recordings, then I'll just pop it onto YouTube early instead of waiting.
Yeah.
Lovely.
But yeah,
But yeah, Jax will stand up and continue going, knowing that Sybil is having a hard time.
Be careful with the bag. There's breakable stuff in there.
What? I threw it. I'm just kidding.
Ugh, never mind.
but yeah, so walking through the tunnel and into Deepview, it's basically the reverse of when you had initially left Deepview in search of whatever was happening underneath, which, by the way, you still haven't actually managed to find your way through those caverns and tunnels towards the tree. So you have no idea
Nope.
what's happening that way. But
Nope.
yeah, but
Oh, I hadn't forgotten.
yeah, the this is more noticeable to you, Kale, having grown up there, just like when you had come down for the first time in years on that initial tree investigation. There was more bright, almost fire in the tangled tubes up at the top of the cavern. It is more, it's brighter even than that. It seems that whatever lighting system seems to have gotten stronger over the course of however long it took you guys to go through all of these random adventures that haven't even been more than a couple of weeks. Um,
I push my sunglasses up because it's very bright after the tunnels.
yeah, um, it's not like full on like daylight
It's not
in
like the
there.
surface where I need
Yeah,
my
but
sunglasses, but
it is more than you expected. Um, but you also see signs of what Jackson Boulder had mentioned. There are more broken bits and what had been previously like stands, like food stands and small like secondhand stalls, broken in the street, and signs of either a riot or a fight. Enough of the windows and entrances to the buildings are in kind of ramshackle condition previously to where it's hard to tell which ones might have been that way because of the fight or might have just been that way already. But you see people trying to hold themselves up into buildings. Some that you see as former moles and even current moles having armed themselves and like patrolling around. And glancing off in the direction that they had mentioned, you do see a large, just hashed together barricade of stuff blocking the main large wide staircase that takes you from Deepview up into Cliffside.
right. I'm gonna make a beeline towards whatever group of moles is nearest the barricades.
Okay. Similar group to who they had previously encountered. Um, they seem to be more concerned with watching for whatever is happening than paying attention to you approaching. Everybody else, are you following Kale or are you going to explore to get more information on what happened?
I'm just trailing behind wherever the group goes.
I'm
Um,
I'm
good.
specifically following Kale. I am mad at the boys.
Okay, mad at the boys.
I am all actually. Jax is gonna walk around in like a sort of like still within view of everybody, so that he can see them. The party. I mean, but he's gonna get a sort of like lay of the land, if that makes sense. He's gonna walk around a bit and try to understand the area a little bit better.
Okay. Um, so I'm guessing that means that Balder, following the main group, follows Kale and Sybil instead of Jax, who
Yeah.
wanders around to take a look at things.
I will keep an eye out for anybody who looks like a leader of sorts. But apart from that, I'll follow everybody else.
Um, Beyond like some of the groups conferring more with someone, there doesn't seem to be anyone that is shouting directions at multiple groups at a time. So there is no discernible leader that is currently out. Um, we will actually cover Jax first, and then we'll cover what you guys discover from approaching one of the groups of moles and former moles. Jax, so you said that you're wandering around trying to get a lay of the land, essentially?
Yeah, I'm looking for two things,
Okay.
three things. Oh, I'll just tell you what I'm looking for.
Okay,
I'm
yeah.
looking for um I'm looking at the people in the immediate area that and see how well armed they are. Um, then I'm looking at the area itself to try to understand the nooks and crannies that are here, like places where people
Mhm.
can hide better. possibly, or places where people can jump out for a sort of surprise attack if anyone makes it in this far and all that stuff.
Okay. So studying the layout for tactical advantages would
Hmm.
be an observation or perception type roll. So that is intellect based. Go
Hmm.
ahead and roll, and based off of how well you do, will be how extensive your knowledge of the area might be and whether you
Hmm.
have bonuses in the future.
Gotcha. It's an 18.
18 is fucking amazing.
Ooh.
So yeah, you are used to looking around for tactical advantages and in the
Hmm.
area and things like that. You have caused enough chaos in your life and had enough fun playing the tackle version of hide and seek with creatures that are used to
Hmm.
hiding, that you know where to look and thus you know where to hide. Um, so you have a full idea of how to utilize the area to your advantage or to the advantage of those who you may be helping. You
Gotcha.
also spot rats in almost all of the hidden areas.
Scott. That's not Scott.
They're all
Gosh.
normal sized.
Where's Scott? I want to find Scott, the Rat King.
Yeah.
And then
Did you just
um,
say that to yourself?
yeah, he
You were
does
wandering around like Scott the
he
Rat
does
King.
say
Where
that.
are you?
I wish Scott
Scott,
was
Scott the
here.
Rat King.
Scott,
Um,
I
Scott.
want Scott. Scott.
I
but
just imagine passersby like just
Like,
looking
who
at
is
him
this
like,
guy?
what is?
um,
You know, we took in another weirdo. What the fuck?
It's
what I
Deepview. It's
do
full
the
of
rest
weirdos.
of the time,
That's fair.
uh, what I do the rest of until I'm called back by my friends, or until I'm finished doing this, I just talk to the people that are there and let
Mm-hmm.
them know what I as best as I can what I know. I'm like, hey, no, if you go over there, you'll be much better hidden. If you go over there, you can jump out and surprise someone, and they won't even know. Trust, like I'm trying to help them
Okay.
better
Uh,
prepare themselves.
you, from doing that, have an asset for the tactical advantage of like surprise attacks if fighting breaks out and you end up utilizing that to your advantage. You don't frequently, since you kind of, you know, just get up in people's faces and punch them. But you
Yeah,
also now have an asset to rolls for controlling or advising things
Ooh.
going on around you, because
gotcha.
people, despite the fact that they do not know you, are taking that into account, and it is helping them to board up or create those places and as you're wandering around. So you are building that type of relationship with those who
Gotcha.
are not already hidden.
I like that we're like, what's going on? And Jax is like, right, prepping for war.
Yeah, I
If
mean,
you
it's
all look
Jax.
over, you just see him doing that. He's just like, no,
Yeah,
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 it's just Jax.
He's like
it's just how he
measuring
does.
stuff, like,
Yeah,
and then I
yeah. I'm going to also assume that you probably correct how they're holding some of their makeshift weapons and things like that, and telling them where to aim. Uh,
I use my fists, but I am actually really proficient with all types of weapons. So
yeah, you are. Um, but yeah. So to the other group, you these aren't necessarily people that you have run with before Kale, but you recognize a couple of them enough to know that they have worked as like informants or with the moles. Some of the bigger guys that are former moles are more of like muscle that can be hired by various people for various purposes throughout the city. And that's who you end up wandering up to at the barricades. They are distracted by watching. They seem to be concerned and confused with what they are watching, but they are not
Right.
focused on the direction you came from.
I walk up with my dripping robes and hair askew and my sleeves rolled up so that my scaly arms are fully on view. And I'm like, oi, oi, what the hell's going on here?
Uh, oh, you look different. Um, Like that's just the initial response of flinch.
That's like,
You look different.
we've been down in the deeps. It's been a while.
Yeah, there was a bit of a scuffle after some explosion upstairs.
Topside guards?
Yeah, a lot of them. We pushed them out, barriers. Then we kind of heard screaming about rats and have just kind of been watching ever since.
Rats.
But that way.
I just look
And
at
he
Sybil.
just points past the barricades.
What about rats?
I don't know, people screaming, and they were screaming rats, and then they sounded like they were in pain. I don't want to find out.
Oh, maybe.
And he looks you up and down, also in these, like, kind of robe-like this, like, old-fashioned robe-like outfit, similar
I'm
to
dry.
Kale's. Yeah, and
Yeah.
you are dry, and just
Dry,
kind of
but I
looks
do have
between
a
the two of
brand
you.
new
Yeah.
Scar.
Yeah, you are, like, very posh looking for someone wearing something from a millennia past. But yeah, like he just kind of looks between you and Kale, and he's just like, none of us really want to go check it out. We've got, and then he looks at you again, Kale. We've got a group going through one of the private tunnels to take a look around, the quiet ones.
Ah, right. Make sure that there's nothing else coming up that way.
Find out what the explosion was.
Right. Listen, how long ago was the whatever happened down here?
About 6 hours.
Oh, yeah, that sounds about right. As I do the time back and be like, yeah, that would be when we were coming down the stairs.
Yeah.
At the other end, yeah. Right. And there hasn't been any sign of the topside guards coming back, eh?
Not since the screaming.
We should go see what the screaming is about. I'll just look at Sybil.
So
Where's
you're gonna
Jax?
go past the barricades.
Probably should.
All right. Well, we should be able to give you a lift over, I guess. You'll want to take.
Over? How?
We're not moving the barricades.
No, it's don't not on our account. That's what's keeping everyone down here safe. Listen, has anyone filled you in on what's happening here?
No. I mean, we've got Jab back there, talking to people.
Right.
Trying to keep them calm. But
Right, all right. Maybe before we go running off after these rats, we should at least give people some warning about what's coming.
yeah, yeah. Jem's pretty messed up about it.
All right. Jax! Jax!
Yeah, you see him. He's just like he's talking to a group of people, and he's like, "No, yeah, if you you with your smaller weapon, you're gonna want to go for the jugular, because that'll end it quickly for them. I promise you. It'll put them down, and they will not have a good time."
And like this little 13-year-old kid holding like a bit of wood with a bunch of nails in it, just kind of goes,
Trust. Yeah, it's
He's
all gonna
talking
be
to the locals.
fantastic.
We gotta go.
If you hide up there, you might get a good leap down on somebody. I'm just saying, it's a good way. No one ever looks up. They don't.
Jax, what's going on over here?
Climbing.
You see? Yeah. Oh, I'm telling people how to protect themselves the best. I found some really good hiding places. A lot of rats in here. But yeah, I found some good hiding places for them. In there's I thought one of them was Scott, but they were too small to be Scott. I miss him.
You haven't seen Scott in a while, have you?
No, he. I haven't seen him since I fought Sabar.
Oh. I have suspicions about where he may have gone.
Oh, I guess before I fought Sabar. That was the last time he was on my shoulder.
Right.
They're gonna give us a lift over the barricade if you want to check out what's on the
there's-
other side.
There's rats and screaming up there.
Oh, maybe we'll find Scott.
Probably, that's what I suspect. But before we go, I thought I'd give people here just a bit of a idea of what's going on, because everyone's likely very scared. Like, look to the 13-year-old holding a board with nails in it.
No, trust. I was way
Right.
younger than you the first time I ever hit somebody in the jugular. Don't worry about it.
Oh,
You're telling him to hit
Oh.
people in the jugular?
About 7. I was about 7 years old first time I did it.
You see the kid kind of lean over to one of the other ones. What's a jugular?
Sybil's pointing. Sybil's like, kind of like there-ish. Never mind. Sorry.
Okay.
You can do it. You gotta be quick though. You're small, so you gotta get under and then up and then right there.
Okay.
Yep.
Right.
That's where you do it.
Listen, wait, Baldur, can you get people's attention somehow? We need them to gather close.
Sure. I'm gonna run to anywhere like a table or something I can stand up on.
There's plenty of flotsam that's sturdy enough to hold you, so go ahead.
Cool. One of the things that I, as a human, know about sailing is that the sea can be pretty loud, and as a result, I can be very loud as well.
Yes, you know how to project, especially as a speaker.
So, and it does help that we are in a cavern area
Yes.
of sorts. So I'm just going to use my projectile voice, and I'm gonna just say, "Everybody gather round. We've got to talk now." But I'm gonna use my most imposing, commanding voice to do so.
Yay.
Okay. Go ahead and roll. Oh, yeah, we've definitely gotten a couple of cutoffs from Twitch. Yeah, so go ahead and roll to influence the crowd. This is social interaction, not necessarily a pleasant one.
But I got persuasion anyway.
Alrighty. It's
How
going
much
to
do I
be
need?
it's going to be a difficulty of 4, so 12 or better.
I'm gonna. Can I use a Cypher real quick, or is that
Yes,
like
you
I have
can.
a free Cypher,
Your
right?
reroll?
A reroll?
Yeah, you haven't
Yeah.
used one yet today, right?
No,
Okay, then you
at
should be
all.
good.
Since I started playing.
Oh,
Well, that's not enough. Can I
Oh,
put
no.
can I put some effort after I roll, or is that not a thing? I don't know
you
how
shouldn't
this.
be able to, but yes, you can. I'll let you do it this time.
Well, I'm gonna
It's a
put
big
some
moment.
effort. just gonna put one effort into this. Just to confirm, how does I do just do it and then remove from my pools, right? Is that
Yes, so the first level of effort is 3, the second is 2.
Got
I
it.
believe that you have put advancements into extra effort, which means that you can. It is an intellect based skill because you are using personality and intelligence and charisma. So if you have edge, that does count towards your effort.
I do? I have 2 edge on intellect.
Nice.
So you would be able to put 1 point and get 1 point of effort.
Gotcha. Then I'm gonna do that. That brings
Okay.
it down to 9, right?
Yes.
Then I succeed.
Alrighty.
Yay.
Awesome.
Rolled
So
horrible.
yeah, like you do manage to catch the attention of the majority of the people around you. You don't necessarily pull people out of buildings where they are already hiding, But you do get a decent crowd that all just kind of recognize someone trying to present authority and a plan, and
Cool.
they wander hesitantly towards you.
As they approach, I'm gonna do my speaker thing and speak.
Okay.
And I'm going to so there's this thing that I can do which is called bullshit. Which I'm gonna do. And I'm just gonna start
Good.
talking. I'm gonna be like,
Love to see it.
these are uncertain times for everybody around here. We've got enemies above, dangers and mysteries below. However, I have the pleasure, now the blessing, to introduce you to someone who is not only incredibly powerful, but has and carries the title of Guardian. I have witnessed this individual wield immeasurable power and, more importantly, dive headfirst into danger to protect those they care about. It is one of yours. I am not one such. As a result, I cannot lead you. I cannot warn you of the dangers that befall you, for I do not know them. However, Kale.
Kale's been standing there with their arms crossed, and they seem genuinely startled to be called upon.
Your people
Right.
await you, I say as I step off the table.
I'm
like,
getting flashbacks of A Knight's Tale, but I'm
that's
loving
exactly
it.
what I'm trying to. That's exactly
Correct.
what I'm channeling. Yes.
Oh God.
Jax
I
is
am
gonna
loving
stand
it.
next to them in a pose that I don't know.
Like fists, yeah, fists under your biceps so they look even bigger. Yeah,
Yeah,
I know the exact pose you're
Yeah.
doing. Yeah.
yeah.
And if you're
Just-
jumping down off the table, Kale feels like expected to get up on it, I guess. So
I
they
help you
will
up.
maybe be almost as tall as you.
For the record, I help you up. Obviously, I'm going to give
Yeah.
you.
And I'm like, get up.
I'm
and
trying
go.
to put as much of a this person is important air of like, oh,
Right.
here, let me help you.
And I'm trying to also convey that with my stance next to them. So I'm just gonna they're important. Trust.
So,
Okay,
cool.
brother, is that an ability that grants anything that I
No,
need
that's
to be
just
aware
me
of? It's
being that's just me bullshitting. Yeah.
yeah. So you're just full on being a barker. Got it.
Yes,
Awesome.
good. Just
I am-
getting eyes over here.
I am selling them kale. Is
Yeah,
my goal
so
here.
What a terrible product.
They do not have
Right, isn't
advice
it?
from a friend as their abilities, but their behavior gives you a circumstance bonus. So you have an asset to
Ooh.
whatever you do to address the crowd.
Right. Excellent. So I'll step up on the table and go, oh, hello. It's been a while since I lived down here, so some of you may not be familiar with me, but I'm Kale. I used to run with the moles back in the day. Been up on the surface for a while, and like looking at everyone at my friends for courage.
You're doing
Right.
wonderful.
Right. Well, I know a lot of you are probably very confused right now, wondering what's going on, what with the guards coming down here, allegations that we kidnapped our dear friend here, Sybil.
They didn't. I'm fine.
Yeah, Sybil's our friend. We've been trying to keep her safe as best as we can down in the deeps. Sybil, in fact, is our expert on magic and that sort of thing, who asked us to go on an expedition down to the depths to see what was going on down there. So over the past weeks, we've been down by the old city, and I know some of you have avoided that area for years, with good reason. It's a dangerous place to be. We have not come out of the depths unscathed ourselves.
I raise my tentacle arm and wiggle it in the air as evidence.
So there's murmurs and whispers every time you say something more outlandish, but they're listening.
Yep. So going down there, I was as skeptical as any of you, skeptical as anyone on the surface. And I didn't think that these impossible things we'd been hearing about could be true in any way, shape, or form. Except I'd been marked by magic myself, and going down in the depths only made it worse. So what we learned down there is basically that magic is waking up again. It's been hiding in the very air we breathe, in the mushrooms that we've been peddling to the surface, in the waters. And it's strong in the depths, as strong as it is anywhere. But it's going to get stronger everywhere, even up on topside. And those folks topside, they love to brush things down here and forget about them for ages. They did that to all of us, called us trash, chased them off their streets, made us live down here in the depths away from the sun for too long. And now they're going to be the ones unprepared when all of this rises again. I have already been, perhaps. We don't know what caused that explosion up on the surface, but we know that some of the artifacts we've been finding down in the depths are dangerous, have unpredictable magics sleeping within them, just waiting to be reactivated, and we don't know what they do. So it's really likely that whatever that happened on the surface was something like that, some artifact that one of us had found in years past and sold to someone on the surface for some clips that woke up and they were unprepared for it. And now they're blaming us. And they're sending their guards down here and they're going to chase us away from our homes that we've built over all these years. The very last thing that some of us have. They're going to do that with their swords. And they're not going to stop until they don't have to look at us again. Unless we stop them. All of us. And all of you have done very well. Building the barricades, fighting the defense, doing what you can. I commend you for it, but there's going to be tough days ahead. I'm not going to sugarcoat that. The people at Deepview have always been resourceful, stubborn, stubborn as oxes. And as long as we stand together, I don't think those topsiders are ready for what we can give them. Anyway, that's what we know about what's going on right now.
So there seems to be just kind of a hush as they try to absorb everything that you've been saying.
This crazy ass story.
Yeah, it's not necessarily like a motivational speech. You're informing them. You're talking. You're trying to keep their hopes up, but you're just spreading information right now.
Yeah.
And then reluctantly, one of the like maybe early 20s like laborers. So magic's coming or here, or it's just going to keep growing. It's going to keep getting stronger.
As far as we can tell. And those who've been marked, those with,
and like you see it a lot in the crowd.
Yeah. It seems to be attracted to them first. I don't know if anyone who isn't marked will have magic powers later, but and I'll look over to Jax and be like, it can do amazing things you wouldn't believe. And then sort of like pass the floor over to Jax.
Jax, well, hold on. There's a thing here that I can do. That I don't think Jax knows he can do.
Maybe poor judgment on Kale's part, but it is certainly the most impressive. You're a crowd pleaser.
I'm going to hold out a hand towards Boulder. And I'm just gonna wait. Hold on, and then I'm gonna. His sword appears in my hand. Yeah, and then I electrify it. Just take my hand and I shock.
So like the crowd almost as one like flinches back, and there's that type of sound of reaction initially, but they all just kind of murmur and nod, and
Did you know he could do that?
I didn't know that until just now.
you can tell that they seem to be assessing what everyone among them looks like. And while there is that fear, there's also, you can hear like whispers and murmurs here and there of, we might have power. And
Mhm.
you can tell that through at least this portion of the crowd that you have gathered, there is the intent of, if they're the ones that are marked, if they're the ones that are displaying these changes, then they might have the hope of having power that the other ones, that above, does not.
As
But they seem to be distracted trying to figure out what that means for them. So they're
What
not
they
paying
do.
as much attention to you guys as
as
they have before.
as this is happening, once Jax has my sword, I'm gonna just kind of blend into the crowd, and I'm just gonna start whispering in random people's ears, just be like, if we have that level of power, then what can a sword and armor do to us? And I go to a different person. I go, the gods are just people, but we are magic touched. And I go to another person, and I just keep whispering, like as if I'm just part of the crowd, just kind of mumbling
Yeah.
revolution
guy.
into their
So-
ears.
Yeah, so let's get a stealth roll actually from
Yeah.
you
I believe in you.
for blending into the crowd the way that you're attempting to, so that
I
it's
actually,
less disturbance of this stranger coming up and whispering at them.
So-
Because if any of you have ever been like in a crowd of people that you know, and then some random stranger comes up and starts
You're like, "Who the
whispering
hell's
at
that?"
you, that's a little
so
creepy.
here's
So yeah,
here's what's
stealth.
fun. Here's what's fun. I have something called spin identity. When I can convince intelligent creatures who can see, hear, and understand me that I am someone or something other than who I
God.
actually am.
Okay.
So I'm gonna. I don't.
You're
It,
just their
it
buddy.
doesn't. It doesn't have to be specific.
Yeah,
It just
so you're
has
just
to be
blending
someone
in. Okay.
in
You're
general.
just their bud.
So I'm
Yeah,
just
so-
somebody from town that they just
Yeah, so
happen
you're
to
just-
not know.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
so yeah, familiar
It is an
enough.
action.
Yeah, familiar enough. And
That is
that's
too
I
much
need
power for one
to-
Yeah,
pirate.
that's only like
Yeah.
10 seconds. So yeah.
Yeah. I don't. I'm trying to see if I have to. What I'll have to roll to use it.
Does it
It's an in-
say?
It says it's an intellect cost per additional victim, but I'm targeting specifically like individuals. So I don't know.
Victim.
So
That's a good
what
word.
What is the intellect cost?
It doesn't say. It just says an additional point per additional victim.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize that was
Can
a
you
cost.
Just a minute. Let me pull it up.
I imagine it's 1.
Okay. Let's see. Third. Let me get into.
Yeah, sorry,
The
I've never had to
resources.
spin my identity before. I just
New
have.
powers.
Yeah,
powers,
well, no,
baby.
this is. I've had this since the beginning. I just didn't have.
It's two plus, so it's 2 intellect points, and then you probably, I think you add 1 per
Okay.
So if you
person.
have edge,
it's 2
that
plus.
takes off of your total.
I have 2 edge on intellect.
Oof.
Okay, so your first victim is free.
Right.
Every point thereafter, you do take off of your intellect.
Question: Is it? Can I activate it once for one person and then a second time for somebody else, or is it like I activate it once and I use it per person?
Basically, you would be able to activate it separate times for separate people,
Okay.
but basically, you walking up to someone, you're affecting that one person. The people around them have no idea who this person is walking up to their friend and whispering in
Right.
their ear.
Yeah.
So it's not that
Gotcha.
you are affecting the entire crowd, you are affecting the person that
okay.
you are individually speaking to when you
It's
do
okay
this.
because I'm gonna be stealthy as well. So
Okay,
only.
so yeah,
I only draw
roll
the
your
attention
stealth.
of that one.
Yeah, so roll your stealth for the surrounding crowd
So
members.
I rolled a 12. What's the difficulty?
That's good enough. Yeah, that's good enough.
Okay, cool. Then I'm gonna just whisper sweet rebellious nothings into the ear of the crowd.
You know?
Okay. So as you guys are doing all of that, Sybil,
Viva la
how are you
revolución.
reacting to your friends inciting a rebellion around you?
I'm having a real bad day. Sybil's having
Sybil
a
is having a
very
bad day.
bad day. I think honestly, the longer that this goes on, the more that she kind of like just like she's not stepping away from her friends, but she is like unnoticeable 2 or 3 steps like farther away.
Mm-hmm.
And is just kind of watching, has not said anything except for I'm fine, like they didn't kidnap me, I'm fine.
Okay.
um
Okay.
I do think that she has clocked that Balder like went into the crowd, and if I can, I want to mind read Balder so that I can
All
say that
right.
people
Hell
knows
yeah,
what
let's go.
he's doing right now.
How
What
does-
is he
how does-
up to?
How does this work?
Oh, you don't do anything, I just get what I
Oh.
want.
Gotcha.
Awesome.
Literally mind reading, it
Yeah.
says you read the surface thoughts of a creature within short range, even if the target doesn't want you to. I just have to be able to see you.
Yeah, there are certain abilities that block it. You just don't have any of them.
That's fine. I don't even know that this exists.
Maybe put that on
No.
your radar for the next
You
Yeah.
know, oh yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
No, Baldur's surface thoughts are they you get this you get what he's saying to people mostly, but there's a hint of like of almost desperation mixed with necessity, like these people need to revolt. Like there's like he seems nonchalant and like whatever, but there's like that clear understanding of the stakes that are happening, and that if he like almost like he has a responsibility to push them in that direction.
Nice.
You also hear a strange melody that you've never heard before.
Say what now?
what?
Nervous
know.
laughter.
Yeah, so
Good, good.
it's sort of like
everything is fine.
it's sort of like there's like this random like melody that's not familiar to you that is a backtrack to Baldur's surface thoughts.
It's
But
my
you're
theme
not
song.
even aware of it anymore.
You just have a
But-
song stuck in your head.
But yeah, Sybil, to you, it's sort of
You
like
got rickrolled.
there's this kind of ringing, almost bell-like
Oh, no.
melody, just as an undercurrent to all of his surface
Oh,
thoughts as you
Evie,
read them.
In his brain.
Effie, can you allow me a quick like do you remember how I mentioned that Baldur was doing like a sea shanty in
Yeah.
the language of the sea? Could it be that he just instinctively plays into like just
Definitely.
tunes
Oh
it?
no.
Perfect.
So it's
thank you.
only vaguely familiar to you. You
Yeah.
kind of recognize it as the same highs and lows of the clicks and whistles from before, only now it kind of sounds like ringing bells and
Alien.
like faint wind instruments, maybe. It's very strange. You're not quite sure what the instruments would be, even. And it's
Weird.
just right there underneath the they need this. There is no way for them to be free beyond this, and oh god, that person looks like they are panicking and targeting that person next.
Speaking of, I will try. I'm empathetic. This is what I do. I will read the crowd and know how terrified I was, and still am all the time. And I'm going to try to inspire them and soothe their fears.
Okay. Are
fuck
you
yeah.
doing that from your soapbox, or are you going to
Yep.
walk among them? Okay.
Let's do it from the soapbox.
Let's mind control
get
these
everybody-
bitches.
Yep.
So is this a move or a skill you are rolling for?
This is a skill. I am trained in social
Okay.
interactions, pleasant and
Okay.
otherwise. And then I have the asset from
Nice.
Baldur pumping me up.
You do.
And you also have an
so-
additional
so they
ease
aren't-
in case you need it.
Oh,
Yeah,
damn.
so yeah, so they are not paying as much attention to you. anymore because they are kind of talking amongst themselves, which does
Yeah.
make it a little bit of a higher roll because they're not paying as much attention. So instead of it being like a 12, now it's a 15.
Gotcha.
But
And then that is down
bringing
by
it
2
back,
steps.
yeah,
Yeah.
bringing that back down, you're
I'm going
You're
to
fine.
spend an effort on this to bring it down even one
Okay.
more, because this is
Okay.
a big moment.
okay.
And with I'm glad I did, because I rolled only an 11.
Okay, that's good. That's good enough. But yeah, so as you're speaking, and you don't even have to come up with a speech unless you so choose.
I might, in fact.
So yeah,
Carry on first, and then I'll
yeah.
talk.
So as you're making your speech and
Oh,
speaking
yeah.
to them, it's like weaving in among them chattering with each other. So you can tell that you're speaking with the crowd as opposed to just making an announcement.
Right.
Go ahead.
So yeah, I will stand for a moment, sort of like, whew, public speaking. It's terrifying, and then
Yeah.
see them muttering amongst themselves and just reading the fear on their faces and going, "Oh God, I sure know those feels. That's been my existence for the past couple of months since my hands started turning green." Right, right. Listen, you all. I know everything that I've said today has been probably quite a lot to digest, and I know that the idea that you might be changing in some ways equally terrifying. Trust me, I feel that myself. It has not been an easy time. But I want you all to know that not only are we all changing together, we are not being turned into something else. We are simply becoming what we have always been inside, becoming our truest selves. The magic is finding that and bringing it out of us. So whenever you feel terrified, just embrace that. Know that you are becoming who you were meant to be, not being changed against your will. And find some comfort in that. Comfort and power. We're not powerless anymore against the gods with their council backing and their swords. Well, all we have is whatever we can cobble to get together down here. And we have each other more than anything else. If we all work together and we all dig, we'll all make it home in time for dinner. And that with the Braveheart zeal, because that is the war cry of the moles.
So there's not as much of a cheer, but the mood does definitely seem to be shifting.
I
There's a
start
little less
clapping.
panic. Yeah, and
Slap, slap, slap,
some of
slap,
them do
slap, slap,
clap.
slap.
Yeah, some of them do clap. The ones that you are directly next to, like, jerk away from the tentacle smack against your hand.
Oh, ew.
Mm,
Ew, that was a
yeah.
good one, and I didn't like
Yeah.
it.
Sorry.
Yep.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I liked it.
Right.
It's fine.
Right.
Good.
Right
It's
in your
good.
ear, just like right there.
Have some
Sorry.
ASMR.
Won't do it again. Won't do it again. I
No, wait,
promise.
no,
Please,
hold on.
for
Wait a
real.
second. Let's reconsider that.
Not be too hasty here.
No.
Effie.
But yeah. Yes.
While Kayla's doing this,
Mhm.
can Sybil start slipping away to the barricade?
Yes.
Ooh.
I would like a stealth roll from you.
I'm good
And
at
they
that,
are, yeah,
actually.
they are all distracted, so it is actually
Ooh.
only a 9. But since you are trained in stealth,
Ooh.
that brings it down to a 6.
I like that
Of
Sybil's like,
course.
don't you slip away from the group.
That's
Anyway,
what
I'm
I
leaving
was
that.
thinking. Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking.
18.
It's like,
18.
My God.
Listen,
Very
everybody else
fucking
got
good.
to.
Very fucking good.
Well, I guess I ran away.
You even, like, without needing to even think about it, go slightly incorporeal to make you even harder to see as you shift away and just duck through the various alleyways back towards the barricade. You do not have to remain incorporeal as you walk up to them, but it did make it much harder to see you in the shifting shadows as you initially slipped away.
Oh, yeah. I do want to stay incorporeal because I want to
Okay.
like try to like stick my face through it. I want to go through it.
Just go through it.
Okay. You just want to walk through it?
Yeah.
It
Sibyl's
only
going
takes you
through
a
it
minute.
and going through it.
Yeah, it only takes you a minute to pass through. Like passing your entire body through takes a little bit longer than just kind of poking your face into it. But yeah, it takes you like a full minute. It feels kind of tingly, like when your foot falls asleep. Um, but you pass through, and
I hate
just
that.
the initial steps on the other side don't seem untoward. Looking a little bit further, you see a scuff mark of some kind.
Oh, you know I can't resist jumping into stuff. Time to go investigate. Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Yeah, it looks like the smear of a foot through mud, only the step is stone and the smear is with blood. And a little further on, you see other like spatterings of blood and some torn bits of fabric, a dropped dagger.
Oh man, this is some Dishonored shit. I am so here for it. Hell yeah.
She takes like a good look around and probably like picks up some of the fabric and takes the dagger and like
Yeah. Going up to where those are, you're getting towards the curve, and looking up in the direction of the curve further away, you see more signs of some sort of fight or attack, and maybe like 20 or 30 rats lining the stairwell. Just in clear view. Who knows how many further are hiding?
okay. Interesting. You had me until rats, not gonna lie. Okay. I don't know what I want to do now. I'm trying to see if I can mind read on a rat. It's a creature.
It is a creature.
Scott has been leading the revolution, hasn't he?
So it takes an
A
action.
rat evolution.
It takes an action to initiate mind reading.
Yeah.
It's 2 intellect points, but I have 2 edge in intellect, so it's
that makes it
effectively
free.
like
Yeah,
free.
so that makes it free. Yeah.
So can I just scan through essentially the group and see if I can pick up anything that sounds like what I imagine Scott would be thinking?
So it takes a couple of minutes because there's a
lot of
there.
rats.
And each round or action is about 10 seconds. So it takes you a couple of minutes to get through them. You can't quite find Scott, but it does seem to be not necessarily a hive mind, more intelligent than you had anticipated.
Oh, I'm
them
gonna
to
learn
be.
how to speak rat.
Yeah, significantly more intelligent than you had anticipated them to be. But they do seem to notice, and several of them turn to look at you with shining eyes, and all of their thoughts seem to be protect the colony.
I'm gonna go. I am feeling very
They are not acting aggressive towards you,
okay.
but it does seem to be that they are in a guarding position, and their only thoughts seem to be occasional hunger, 1 or 2 of them doing what nature does, and protecting the colony.
I like those ones.
I think all of this, like them turning and looking, I'm going to
Because
be
they
very,
notice.
very aware of the fact that I am alone now.
Yep.
And just kind of like back away, like as if it was a bear that you're supposed to like look at the entire time. She just like maintains eye contact as she like goes back around the corner. It's like,
You don't even notice your elbow passing through the wall as you do.
like I should, yeah. This was, I need to find my friends again.
Yeah. Um, let's go ahead and also get an observation or perception roll from you as you take the corner and lose sight of them.
Oh,
How do you feel about a 6?
Not great. So you don't really notice if any of them have followed to watch you or catch sight
Cool.
of any others that might have been hidden.
Good.
But you do know when you lose sight of
course.
them and
Yeah, I
that you
can't.
are reapproaching the barrier.
Great.
Do you just like pass back through the barrier or do you wait there for your friends to figure out that you have gone missing?
Well, it took me a couple of minutes to
Yeah.
talk, to think of all the
Yeah.
rats. I don't know. I'm curious if they
We
have.
may be
I think Jack's.
wrapping up.
Yeah,
I think
they may
Jack's.
still be wrapping up because controlling a crowd and influencing a crowd does take some time.
So
And
Baldur
you
and I are
slipped
still
away in
doing
the middle of
stuff.
that. So, like, they
But
would not
Jax.
necessarily even know where you are yet.
I think.
Question, because Jax has just kind of been standing there menacingly, um, so to speak. And he does keep careful watch of his friends. Would Jax have had a chance to notice? Because he's not necessarily, he's just backing Kale up passively, really.
So, go ahead and make a perception or observation roll.
Alrighty.
DC of 6 to have noticed as it happened, because that was an 18. Uh, and DC of 12, or of like 4, so 12, to notice that Sybil is just gone.
Gotcha. That's an 11.
11. So you're a little distracted because you do have a friend that is wandering among a slowly increasing in aggression crowd. And you were trying to appear tough for Kale. So it probably takes you about 10 minutes to notice that Sybil is gone. So they're starting to wrap up, but you would be the first to notice that Sybil is gone.
I just look around. And I lean over to Kale. I'll be back. I'm gonna go find Sybil. She seemed like she was having a rough time, so maybe she went somewhere to sit down. I'm just gonna go see if I can find
That's
her.
fair. We'll be right with you.
Yeah, we'll meet you by the barricade.
And
if
I've stopped
I happen to
speechifying
find
and I'm like going around handshaking and like talking to people now.
Yeah.
Kissing babies.
Yeah.
So, what
Vote
was
for Kale.
that initial role for your influencing of the crowd?
I believe it was an
If you can
11.
remind me.
Yeah, it was 11.
Okay.
But I had
And
a bunch of steps down on it, so
yeah.
it was efficient.
And Baldur, what was your initial stealth? I think it was.
My stealth. It was like a 14. No,
14.
around. It was in the teens. I don't remember. It was
Okay.
low teens.
So it's
I think.
as you are chatting with them that both of you kind of realize that there's a couple more murmurs about Gem that had been mentioned previously to you. And like the talk of like a couple of things mentioned about, you know, things talked about in the council and things that were theoretically hidden and maybe using that to their advantage.
Yes. Good. My papers
Um,
have become common knowledge down here.
Maybe.
Maybe. Good.
Uh, Roll an intellect based task for remembering who Jem is.
13.
13. Good enough. Jem has never been involved with the moles. Jem was another bar owner down there who tended to hire people out for things that people from the surface wanted. Usually not necessarily safe stuff.
Ooh. And how is he coming up in conversation?
He's the one that initially was mentioned as having tried to calm people down in a couple of the hiding places. And supposedly he has mentioned things about information from the council and stuff that had been hidden and the unfairness of stuff and secrets, things like that, that were being kept from the people of Icenbridge and Deepview in particular.
So he's a guy who knows stuff. Pardon me, but do you know where Jem is currently?
At his bar, he was trying to get a group together.
To do what?
Nothing that he spoke to us about. Jax, where are you going in search of Sybil?
That's a good question. I think he thinks that she went to go sit down somewhere, so he's gonna go find like a nearby. He's looking for like benches or stuff, or places where someone could sit. Oh, nice. He's gonna try that like sort of like pseudo hospital that he went to.
Okay.
He's gonna kind of wander until he finds her.
All right. So yeah, go ahead and give me a couple of perception-based rolls to look around. You have an asset since you had explored and taken the lay of the land before. So instead of it being like 5, which is a 15 because Sybil was incorporeal and not actually in sight, you bring it down to a 12.
Awesome. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to re-roll this with one of my ciphers.
You've been having a night.
Yeah.
Because I rolled a 6.
Okay.
Re-rolling it. And
Yeah.
I'm not gonna put effort on this actually.
Finding a ghost-like incorporeal person
It's a
that is
natural
not
20.
in sight is not easy.
Nat 20.
A nat 20
But you do it.
is
But you do
amazing
it.
though. So it's
Out of here.
so it's not even necessarily that you can see Sybil. It's that you happen to, via luck or instinct, wander in the direction that Sybil went. And you can hear what is possibly panicked breathing on the other side of the barrier.
I hear panicked breathing. No, hold on. I hear panicked breathing, and it sounds like Sybil's panic breathing.
Kind of. You're starting to become familiar with that, so kind of.
I
Oh, no.
I quickly, as quick as I can, try to get through this berry. I don't like
Through
bust
or
it
over?
down.
Through or over?
I don't bust it down, but I do try to get probably over because they said actually I
Okay.
didn't know that there was an over. Wait, is
Yeah.
there? Does it look like there's an over? Does it look like I can get over it?
It is like full on dystopian video game hashed together bits and bobs turned into a spiky barrier. So yeah, it doesn't like it's not doors. It's just uh, basically like something from Borderlands in front of the
Hmm.
entrance.
Okay,
Ah,
so I will I will move back and then get a running start and try to like dive
Vault it.
over
Okay,
it.
so running
no.
start. So normally jumping something like this is going to be very difficult. That's going to be another 5. But the running start gives you an asset, and you are also trained in jumping, or are you specialized?
I'm trained in running and also jumping.
Okay, so that's one level of training. So that gives you a secondary asset, which brings it from a 15 down to a 9.
Gotcha. No, I'm just gonna do it. We're gonna see what happens. It's a 10.
Good enough. So you back up, and then you just bolt towards this thing, leap over it, perfect flip, superhero 3-point landing on the next side. So you, Sybil, as you're like backing up and trying to figure out if you are going to just back your way through the barrier or try to figure out what the fuck is going on with all these rats staring at you and sensing that you like were reading their thoughts, see Jax just like full on vault this big ass wood and metal barrier and land right in front of you. Facing away from you, but in front of you.
Sybil immediately panics and screams and probably flings whatever is in her hands, which is a knife and a book, just simultaneously towards Jax. He'll be fine. But like,
So I would like a light weapon attack roll. It's not going to do damage unless it's the knife.
I think she throws anything that she's holding. It's just the like, ugh.
Okay, so 2 of them, because you have 2 things in hand, you are hindered since you are throwing from both hands at once. So what? Yeah. So you get to roll speed defense twice against
Okay,
Sybil,
I'm
and
specialized in this.
you have
This
plus
one.
3 to
So-
each.
I want you to
Well,
roll so
make that
badly
plus
right now.
6
It's
to each since you are
so
plus
low.
9 to each
Please.
since you are specialized. Because
Oh, beans.
specialized is 2 levels, and then Sybil is also hindered, which is another level. So
Please.
that's plus 9 to your
Jax
roll.
just catches them.
Please.
Okay.
Devil, kill him. Please, it would be
Nat.
so funny.
I rolled another nat 20 on the first one.
Okay.
Okay.
Damn it.
I kid you.
It's so funny. Though.
And then a 6 on the second.
So 6 plus 9 is still 15. So
Pick one. One of these is a number. They're both. I already rolled them, but which one is which? Knife
Just the
is
knife.
Green is the knife. The green
Yeah.
is
This is-
knife.
This is the knife.
Yeah.
This is a 6. The book is an 18.
You're very good at throwing books.
You get the
So-
knife. You get clocked with the book.
yeah.
No, it's like the Spider-Man scene where the Spidey sense don't trigger for the blood. He
Yeah.
catches
so
the knives.
you-
I just like turn
Yeah,
my
so you
head.
catch the knife and get smacked in the face by the book.
You catch the knife like
Ow.
ready to use it if you need to, and then clonk.
Yeah, I catch it and immediately the shock is shocked. There's electricity on it, and I'm prepared to fight whatever is here and possibly harming my friend. And then it's ow.
Jax?
Yes.
How-
Who said that?
Yeah, the book did not do any damage, but it still
So
smacked
was
you in
that
the
you?
face.
It damages your pride.
I don't
Yeah.
have any pride.
It
That's
is
my
just
secret.
bright enough to where you can kind of see Sybil. You see
Sybil's
Sybil's
like-
outline.
Why are you doing the invisible thing?
I didn't.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I needed a sec. Yeah, I'm fine.
You sounded like you were in danger.
I sounded like what you could hear me.
I can hear you breathing.
You
That's
rolled a nat 20, okay?
super creepy. It's just
That's what I heard. I was looking for
That's the
you.
creepiest fucking thing I've ever heard anyone say. In a
I could
TTRPG.
hear you breathing.
I
I
can
could hear you
in-
breathe.
like in a murder hallway full of rats in the dark, blood everywhere. I can hear you can't even see the fucker, and he just bolted out of nowhere. Just tells
Hey, what's
you,
up?
I
I
can
heard
hear
you
you
breathing.
breathing. Fucking creepy. Like in context, the scene is so fucking creepy.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
It's true. It's what he heard. It's what he heard.
Oh wow, we broke her twice in one game.
Oh, we're champions. Champions
Oh,
on
new
side.
record.
Yes, let's go.
Get a trophy.
This is a record,
man.
everybody. This is a special episode, actually.
Fuck all of
Holy
you.
shit.
We fought the DM and we won.
We won.
Oh wow.
Okay.
But yeah, Jax
That's the
goes.
episode
Yeah,
title. I heard you breathing.
No.
new horror game coming at you.
Oh my god. Happy October.
Oh man.
But yeah, he just goes. Yeah, no, you sounded like you were in danger, so I came to help.
I'm not in danger. I'm not in any more danger than anyone else is. There's a
I
whole
mean, everybody else is just it's kind of in intense danger, but it's the barricade.
Yeah.
But like, you okay?
Jax. Yeah. Yeah.
You don't seem like it.
Jax, all of these people are gonna die because of us. This is we're telling them that they have a chance here, and I don't know that they do. And I wanted to see what they were up against, and I mean maybe they will. There's a hallway full of rats down there. And
Oh, is Scott in there?
I don't think so. Okay, and that's another thing. I heard them in my head.
Oh, that's cool.
I also heard Balder in my head. That
Oh, that's
was
kind of
weird.
cool too.
No, it was weird.
What did he say about me?
And he mostly had like a song stuck in his head or something. But
Oh.
I don't know what we're doing.
Look.
She just like puts her forehead against the barricade. It's just like
Look.
Gradually
Sybil.
sinking in.
yeah.
Sybil. I haven't been here long, right? I don't know this town as well as you or Kale do. But it seems to me as if the people that live here are treated as less than the people that live where you live. No offense.
You're not wrong.
Look, my aunt used to tell me stories all the time about people who were oppressed and rising up against their oppressors. And from what I understand is that the mindset of those people tends to be it's worth it to be free. I mean, quite honestly, if anyone had the capacity to, not anyone could, but if anybody had the capacity to contain me, I would much rather die fighting to get out than stay there, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
And either way, words are words, right? It's the people that choose to do the things that they do. And if they choose to fight, then that's their choice.
We are encouraging them to pick a fight that we don't know that they could win. And if we don't stick around to help them, then we've just sent them off to their We should find the others. Balder might be able to talk to the rats.
How many?
Perfectly logical sentence.
I peek around.
It's down the hallway.
I'm in
Actually,
pain. I'm in actual pain.
I don't know what Balder did before. Like, can Balder talk to rats? Because that's Sybil's understanding of the situation, is that Balder can just talk to animals now. That's
Kinda could.
Surprise me. Kinda could do it, yeah.
kind of. Oh God. And that would.
No, but what's I peek around. I do. I go.
It's like, yeah, hold on a
there's-
sec.
They're still there. Several of them are looking back in your direction the way that they had when Sybil had been trying to read them.
Are they still
there's
looking?
Yeah, there's a lot of rats. There's also like smears of blood that indicate that there was some sort of attack. As far as you can tell, Scott is not there. There's a lot of rats.
Can I approach
looking-
these rats?
Yeah, looking further up, you can see signs of like a couple of other rats, and like ducking your head even further, patrolmen like trying to hold their ground up there, but not really willing to come down.
So they're the guards, like from the city.
Yeah, like
Oh, no.
much
Oh,
much
no.
further up. Yeah, much
Oh,
further
no.
up.
I'm
The
gonna
rats
get.
don't bother you. But yeah, like much further up, like towards the top of the stairs where you can like barely see their feet kind of shuffling around uncomfortably on occasion.
I'm gonna get real close to the first like row of rats.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna squat. I'm talking like right there, like like a few inches. Like I just squat real low. I'm gonna look at them. I'm gonna hold out a fist, not in an aggressive way, but like like a give me a pound way.
They just all kind of look at you.
Yeah, because they are rats. What are you
No,
doing?
Scott could do it though. Scott did it.
A couple
Y'all know
of them,
Scott?
like one or two of them sniff you, but they don't understand what the whole fist thing is. Like, how loud are you talking? Like enough to echo down or up the stairwell, or like are you kind of whispering to them?
I'm just talking normal. I'm not worried about the guards or anything because
Yeah, Jax
it
doesn't
seems
have
like
the capacity to whisper.
it seems
No.
like the
Point.
rats are taking care of the guards.
I don't think
Yeah,
I
like-
went far enough to know that there were guards.
Yeah, no, you like,
So,
stopped
yeah.
because you saw the rats, and then you tried to be like, is one of them Scott? And then by approaching, he got high enough on the stairwell to kind of see like the top of it, where the rest of the guards have just kind of been holding position. Speaking that loudly through an echoey stairwell, even if it's mostly at normal volume, is enough for the guards to hear you. So you hear shouted down at you, and you would of course hear this as well, Sybil, because they are not being quiet about it at all.
Mm-hmm.
Who goes? Surrender yourselves.
Sybil is just staring daggers at Jax. Like,
I'm just gonna look and go, yeah, go get him, and then I look at I say
And then
that to
the
Sybil.
inevitable.
I look at Sybil and I'm like, go get him. And then I'm like, who wants to know?
Oh my god.
Oh, here we
Of
go.
course,
All
no,
right.
this was inevitable.
No.
This was
The
inevitable.
second that Jack
You
says
also
that, Sybil
hear
just
a
takes off running.
squeak. Yeah, you also hear a squeak as a particularly large rat that had been holding the front line comes barreling down the stairs and
Scott!
leaps at you. It is indeed Scott.
Scott! I like welcome him to a hug.
Fuck yeah.
Aw.
The rest of the rats do respond to this, and as you bolt, I'm not sure if it's towards Jax
It's
or away.
towards. It's to find
Our friend.
those two.
Okay, yeah. You hear like the chittering and squeaking of so many rats behind you.
And then Sibyl's like, they're killing him. They're killing him.
As you like bolt, it takes you
Shut up,
minutes to get
Scott.
through the solid object again. But you bolt and you go running for your friends. And that is where we are going to take a quick little break. Just a quick little break.
Oh my
Holy shit.
Oh my god.
What an episode.
All right. So we will
Oh
be
my
back in a couple of
buddy.
minutes. Much love to you guys. And So we are back from our
So
break,
excited.
heading into the battle of the rats and jacks versus the guards, I guess. I don't know. But there is a touching rodent reunion happening on screen right now. But yes, so Scott does recognize your voice and come barreling back down, leaps into your arms as the guards are shouting at you to surrender yourself.
I ignore the guards and I'm having a reunion with one of my best buds right now. I fall back to the ground and I just roll on the ground with Scott.
Yeah, there's squeaking around you as the rats deftly avoid getting fallen on.
Scott, buddy, where you been?
It's squeaking in your face. He
Uh-huh.
nips at your nose even.
Aw.
Like not
Aw.
hard, but like he nips your nose.
No, I just let him do it, yeah.
Yeah, he is.
Aw.
It's a little disconcerting being around the other normal rats because you hadn't quite realized how big he'd gotten. With big ol' rabbit-like hind legs, they're much more reminiscent of like a kangaroo mouse or one of those jumping mice from a field as opposed to a rat. And he does seem to have a paler fur than the other dark colored rats around you. His eyes look beady, but a little less beady. So he is like twice the size of all of the rats around you, and like squeaking at you as if you can understand him. But
Yeah,
he's
I go along with what he says.
saying something, maybe.
So wait, hold on. I'm gonna get it straight. You've been holding off those guards up there to protect the people in Deepview? That's what it
He
looks
does
like.
understand you at least, because the response is him squeaking once more at you, turning so that you've got rat butt in your face, very similar to a cat, smacking you in the face with his tail, and then launching himself back to the stairs and squeaking in their direction again, which mobilizes the rest of the rats that start like advancing up the stairs ahead of you.
You really are the king. Yes. You guards are in for a world of hurt. Scott
shit
the
I do
Rat
for my
King gonna deal
players.
with y'all.
The shit that I do for my players. But yeah, so like there's a couple of like not fully understandable murmurs or like speech between the guards up there. They're not projecting enough for it to echo down to you, but there's another call after going, call off your pets, surrender yourselves, and tell us where the rest of the bombs in the city are.
Bombs. I don't know anything about any bombs. Second, I can't call them off. They don't listen to me. You got to talk to Scott the Rat King about that. And then thirdly, no.
I'm convinced.
Oh no.
So in the meantime, Sybil, you're running through the streets trying to find your friends. Between all of this, you guys would have finished. Are you in search of Jem, or are you in search of your friends?
I think we're probably just wrapping up because we were glad handing for a while, so we're probably still right where Sybil left us.
Okay.
But with that little we should talk to Jem at some point in the back of Kale's mind.
Okay.
Sybil, what do you do?
Sybil is just sprinting up, and probably around the time that you guys finish talking to people, just comes careening through the crowd and just like grabs Balder in one hand and like points at Kale. It's just like, we gotta go. Jack's picked a fight past the barricade. There's guards. We have to leave right now. And then just starts dragging Balder along behind her, back the way
I
she
will
came.
sprint after you.
Are you corporeal
we're-
again, or are you still
We're
non-corporeal
running.
and your fingers are partially through his jacket?
I think still
I'm
a little
currently not
non.
wearing my jacket, by the way.
Oh, okay.
I
You
gave
can
it
show off your
to
arm.
Sybil, and I haven't gotten it back.
Oh, that's
Okay.
true. I think still a little non-corporeal because I imagined that she sprinted through the barricade instead of trying to like climb it.
And through the
Okay.
crowd.
Yeah, just
So,
other
yeah,
people are like,
You are able to maintain your grip, but much like previous times when you've attempted to hold on to something that you didn't bring into that illusory state, that non-corporeal state before, your fingers pass partially through his sleeve, and like you can feel them kind of passing through parts of his skin, but you do grab hold. It is very unusual. It feels very much again like that kind of your hand has fallen asleep tingling feeling, and you also have that arm fell asleep tingling feeling where Sybil is grabbing you.
The fuck?
gotta go. Oh,
Oh,
As you're being dragged along. Or
I
attempted to be
guess
dragged
I'm
along.
running.
Yeah.
Dashing for that barrier.
Yeah.
Kale's not even waiting. As soon as you say Jax is fighting, they just are like, I've got to go. And just bolt.
Around you, there were several screams because they have never seen someone that they could see through before.
oh, come
And-
on.
And you are in full light now. Not like full, like bright daylight, but you are in full light now because you are directly under where all of the lighting from above was. And so there is a couple of screams, and they all just kind of stare at the three of you as you go bolting back towards the barrier.
I'll wave back.
A couple of them
Don't
do,
forget.
like, gradually mobilize when they realize what you had shouted.
Something about guards.
Yeah.
We're gone.
We're going. I do eventually let go of Balder. It was just like a saw Balder first, grab him. Yeah, let's get out of here.
Yeah, it was very tingly and weird. But
What's on my tentacle? I'm used to it being weird.
no. But let's go ahead and roll for initiative in that case.
Ooh.
Fuck yeah. How
How does two sound?
How
How
does
does two?
to just?
I bet I can top it.
Boy.
Oh shit! I take your
16.
2 and
I
give you
can't
a
actually.
4.
I got a
Don't
one.
look past the next
Oh
one.
my god.
It's
Don't
because
look
we're
past
say-
the
far
next
away.
one.
It's why.
What'd you
We're doing
get,
great.
Jax?
16.
16. All right, so we've got Jax,
1, 2, 4.
On one hand. Look at all.
guards,
I think all of us
Makes
add up to
sense.
5.
rats,
No. Oh, you have a 4, not a 3.
I have a 4. Yeah, unfortunately.
Balder,
Hi.
This is
Kale,
gonna be
Yeah.
great.
Sybil.
Listen, it's a lot of
We're doing
cardio.
good.
I get it.
It's been a long day.
It is a lot of cardio. It was a lot of like activity and athleticism for a character that does not run a lot. So it's probably just that you are falling behind.
Do I only not have to breathe in water?
You have kind of filtered breathing.
Okay. So I would still have a hard time like jogging. It's not like I don't have to breathe.
Yeah, like
Okay.
you
It's like
ha-
that.
you
How
have-
does that work?
Yeah, it's not that you are breathless. It's not like that particular feature from the wizard game. No, it's that you have filtered breathing. You are able to pull more from what little you pull in. So it is harder to poison you. You can kind of breathe underwater, though gradually it will become harder and harder, etc. And using up the oxygen in your blood through physical activity does create the need to take more in.
Great. So yeah, this is standard for my bookish person.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, heading in to combat. Jax, you do go first, as it does seem that the rats are charging forward on Scott's enthusiastic war cry.
I gotta back up my buddy. So after I say no, I rush up afterwards
Okay.
as fast as possible.
Okay, so it is past a short distance.
Mhm.
So you would have to do a speed roll, like a speed roll to get to them to be able to act. You would like also need to, and it would be hindered if you are attempting to attack within the same
Gotcha.
because of how far they are.
Well, I'm always, yeah. I'm always gonna attack.
Okay.
So let's do this.
So instead of it being a 12, that turns it into a 15 because you are hindered.
Well, I rolled a 12, so
So you get there, but you don't get there fast enough to attack prior to the next round.
gotcha.
You
Well,
do
I'll get up right to their feet.
to the top of the stairs, like bolting to the top of the stairs in time with the rats to see them starting to swarm up the legs of several of the guards who are screaming in horror because you can see the bite marks on them from their initial attempt.
Oh.
You guys keep trying, huh?
Yeah. They had stayed in place. You guys took the fight to them. But that brings us to the guards who will spend their action trying to swipe the rats off of them, except for the one that is directly in front of you, who will draw his weapon, which is a sword, and attempt to slash at you to get you and your rat army away from him. So I would like
not
you
our
to
rat
make
army.
a speed defense roll.
I'm specialized. I'm cool.
Okay. It is only a 9, which specialized brings you down to a 3.
It's a 17.
Easy. Easy. So you just kind of lean out of the way. These guards are not as tough or as specialized as the ones that you had fought before. You recognize just from that initial swipe and how easy it was to dodge.
These are weak, huh?
But there's like 13 of these guys up here.
You fucking bully them while you fight them.
You don't need more than what you got. I'm just telling you.
The rats do also attack, causing 1 point of damage to 6 of the guards, because that's who they were able to reach first. Bringing us to Balder. You are the first to reach the barricade, and you can hear faint squeaking, lots of screaming, and Jax mocking someone, echoing down the stairwell.
Of course.
Sounds like everything is fine then. I'm gonna go over the barricade.
Okay, I would like a climb, or you can try a jump check, a running jump check if you want.
Listen, I have climbing, jumping, balancing.
All right, so again, you can try a running jump, because normally, again, it would be a fairly high. The running, because you guys are already running, will ease it by 1, bringing it down to like a 15.
I'm sorry.
You're trained, so that brings it down to 12.
Fuck it. I'll do that. Whatever it was that
You're gonna
we are
vault it?
doing. Actually, no. I'm gonna just slam into it with a natural 1.
That will, yeah, a natural 1 directly into a very sturdy barricade that is meant to injure people trying to get through it will actually also cause you might damage. And I'm going to call it a might damage of 2.
Of course.
And ahead
the first
of the
damage
two
of
of
the
you,
campaign, people. Let's go.
yeah, ahead of the 2 of you, you see Balder run as if he's about to vault it, the same way that you would expect Jax too, I don't know. He trips over like some
Nothing.
random thing on the ground, maybe a crack, maybe a nail, you don't know. And instead of jumping, his hand goes out, he stumbles, and he face plants directly into the barricade.
Ow.
And just kind of rolls off of it with a bloody nose.
Don't jump.
What would the two of you like to do?
I'm
Now
going to
remember, it
climb
takes you like a minute to get through that, Sybil, which is
That's a long
6
time.
rounds. Yeah, that's 6 rounds.
I'm going to climb this.
Good.
Yeah. Can I?
What is
Listen.
the DC on this? Because I'm specialized,
climb it,
but I
yeah,
only rolled a 7.
To climb it is slower, but it is easier. So that is only going to be a 12 to start out with. Your specialized, I think you said, or are you just
I
trained?
am specialized, yeah, so I have the 2.
Specialized, so that
2
brings it
levels
down by 2, down to a 6.
Great, so I rolled a 7.
Okay, so you're fine. So you slow down enough to kind of jump onto it. It rattles and wavers a little bit because it's meant to be defensing coming this way, not that way.
Yeah.
But you manage to scrabble over it and you end your turn just on the other side, on the ground.
Good job, Kale. You did great.
Just take it slow and easy.
Right. Yeah.
Sybil?
Can I use him as a springboard?
To try and jump?
Yeah.
Okay.
I am so happy you said that. That's
Are you
exactly what I
going-
was thinking.
Yeah, are you going to assist?
Sure.
Okay. So
I think I see
The
Sybil
run-
running straight
yeah.
for me, and I just go
Yeah.
like this, and she uses that as a
yeah.
no.
So the run eases it down to a 15. The assist eases it down to a 12. Are you trained in jumping? Okay. Are you putting effort into it?
I should. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it is a
Let's do
might-based skill.
Okay.
What is this
Our first and
episode?
greatest challenge. The
Sybil's like,
barrier.
I've spent too
The
much
wall.
time with Jax, and I feel like this is something that he would do, so I'm
Just-
gonna
yeah.
try it. Like, I can see how
Okay.
this could work.
I like
Not
that you
wrong at
saw
all.
my failure. You were like, I can do it better.
I could do
I
that.
can use this.
I can use Balder. Balder is squishy and springy. He's got a tentacle.
I feel like her actual thought process is like that she's still kind of incorporeal and like she might just
Yeah,
go
that's
through
gonna
him,
help
but
you
I
with
think
finding
she's
footing.
slow. I think she's like solidified as they're running.
Okay.
Oh, that's so funny.
I
Don't
swear to God.
No way.
What did you get? What did you get?
No way. No way.
A natural 3.
A 3?
I got a 3.
So
We're both
you
just
go
having
running.
a bad fucking time.
We're
You
wonderful,
leap.
everybody.
You leap, but you are not used to using a foothold springboard. So your foot lands kind of on him and then onto his chest, and you just collapse onto him and roll your ass directly into the barricade. You do not injure yourself since you did not roll a natural 1, but
This is
comedy
wonderful.
of errors, man.
I'm fucking crying.
This is
Comedy
wonderful.
of fucking
for
errors.
everybody.
I don't know. I thought it would work. Oh.
Holy
This is the best episode, I think.
We got everything.
God, that's so funny.
We're fine,
Wow,
we're fine,
that is
I'm fine.
everything I could have wanted that interaction to be.
Don't know how
Okay,
it could have
I'm
been
fine.
better, honestly.
Oh my goodness.
Hi, buddy.
My stomach hurts.
Jax, it's your turn.
Well, obviously, I'm attacking.
Yep.
From 20 feet away, the
Shocked.
barricade rattles slightly.
I just imagine a thump, thump on the
Holy
barricade.
stuff.
Just yo.
Fucking
So this is I rolled a 14 here.
One of us is being efficient right now. Well, two of us actually. Kale succeeded.
I climbed.
Yep.
I slowed down and took it in a sensible manner.
Yes.
I rolled a 14 to attack this guard.
14 hit. Yeah, we'll
fuck.
call that guard number 2. 14 definitely hits. Is it a regular punch, or is it more than that?
5-finger
It
death
is.
punch.
It is a. Wait, actually, let me double check this because I think shock is a.
You get it for free, right? Because you have.
Yeah, I can do it for free, but I forget if it's a action or not. Let me double check that.
I think it's an
I-
action
wow.
to arm a weapon with it, or you can use it in tandem with an attack, or as a touch attack.
Action for touch enabler for weapon.
Yeah. So yeah, you would use it as your action to attack.
Okay, yeah, then that's what I do.
So you hit
Mhm.
with the +3 to your hit, brings us to
Yep.
what?
9 points of damage.
Jesus.
Which
Gonna
brings him to
obliterate
a
this
total
poor
of
man.
10. And you, like, one hit, knock him out.
Yeah, weak. This isn't
Like,
gonna be that
even
fun.
with him wearing armor, you one hit, knock him out.
See, that's how stuff is supposed to go. Hey, Scott, I got your bag. You know? Prepared to attack
Scott,
someone else.
yeah, Scott squeaks and leaps at one of the other guards that is not currently being attacked. Roll for Scott.
No, I'm rolling for Scott. Oh, nice.
Yeah, roll for Scott.
He's your boy. He's good. He's a
Oh,
good guy.
please.
Holy shit!
Oh, that's a 9.
I'm gonna be
for
in
Scott.
so much pain
A
tomorrow.
9 is
Mhm.
meets it, beats it. They are a
nice.
9 to hit.
Nice.
So Scott with the armor also only does 2 on this
damn,
last
Scott.
guy. He's bigger than the other rats.
Damn.
He's tough. He's tough. What did I
Yeah.
tell you?
So he doesn't quite do what a light weapon does still, but still, yeah, like he's big rat that just leapt on this guy and took a chunk out of his leg.
Just picture one of those slow motion action scenes, but just Jax and a rat.
Yeah.
Is gorgeous.
Yeah, like rats are
I
swarming
punch.
around you. They do
Yeah.
another
Punching.
Scott
Scott runs down your arm, jumps over the guy,
Yeah,
and
that's
falls
what I'm
back and
saying.
attacks the guy behind him.
Go,
Oh my
Scott. And then I whatever movement I can do, I move closer to the next person.
Yeah. All right, cool. Yeah, so the guards also make an attempt to swipe more rats off of them, screaming in horror because they are literally being swarmed by over 50 rats right now.
Cowards.
Yeah.
You know?
Poor guards.
I would scream too.
Yeah.
Just kick.
If I saw
One of
even
them-
one.
Yeah, the one that you approach saw what you did and does have enough presence of mind to attempt to attack you. Please roll speed defense. To dodge.
All right.
What a
With
dumbass.
my specialized, I rolled
Oh,
a 15.
More than enough because you are specialized, and they hit for 9 or hit at 9. So with you being specialized, you only have to roll a 3
Oh my god.
Lovely.
to
Oh my
dodge these
God.
guys. Yeah. So yeah, you like just, it's almost as if his aim was just that bad, and you can very easily disdainfully just watch the sword pass you by.
No, seriously, is this all you guys got? Like, come on, where's the better ones?
Balder.
Wow.
Sybil has collapsed on top of you by you attempting to help her vault over the top.
I'm gonna stand both of us up,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna just be like, all right, come on, and I'm gonna spend my turn helping her get over the
Yeah. So you guys are
the
just gonna
barrier
climb.
first. We have to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can't do anything
So
else.
assisting each other even is an asset. So that brings it from a 12 to a 9 for Sybil. I believe Balder is also trained, which brings it to a 6 for him.
I have to roll 6.
Yeah.
Or
Sybil has to roll a
higher.
9.
Do I
Oh,
do that
thank
on my
fuck.
turn or now?
If you are spending your turn attempting to climb, then yes. If you are refusing
I
his
do it.
assistant and going to make a jump, then no.
Oh God, no. No. Yeah.
16. I rolled.
Easily.
I also got a 16.
Yes,
Both of you, through the power of teamwork and
and
humiliation,
also mutual embarrassment.
yeah,
Yeah,
managed
at the
to
top, we're like,
clamber
we're not
over.
talking about this.
Yeah,
Never.
managed to clamber over, like, and you probably pause, like, straddling the top. We're not talking about this ever, and then roll to the ground, meeting Kale there. Kale, you would have been able to act between all of this.
Yeah, I had
So-
paused to see if they could make it over the wall or if I needed to intervene. And as soon as I saw
Yeah.
they got it, I'm gonna nod and just run up the
Okay.
stairs.
So it is again, like past a short distance. It's just past a short
Yep.
distance. So you would need to roll a speed task to get to the end. A speed task hindered to attempt to attack.
I'm just going to run. I don't have any intention of attacking anyone yet.
Okay.
Ooh.
So
Ooh, oh,
if
19
it's,
on
if
a
it's
speed
just to
test.
get there, oh, that's definitely good enough.
That's I should have tried to attack, but no.
Yeah. So yeah, you like
I get a minor effect.
yeah, you hang around. It's not an attack.
That's yeah.
It's a speed task.
True.
I will say that you like hook yourself around the corner, just kind of take in the signs of the prior rat swarm attack on these guards as you pass by, and you are able to, with that 19, position yourself however you want to among the swarm of rats and now 12 guards that are freaking the fuck out because they're being swarmed by rats and some dude that just lightning fisted their leader into a coma.
Yeah.
He did what?
Happy
He
Pride.
lightning fisted the leader into a coma.
Woo! Wow, it's that kind of fight.
Oh my god. Anyway,
That's a lot of
Said
damage.
we
Yes.
wouldn't go to the hole.
Yes.
I'm in a mood. I'm sorry.
it's all right. We all are.
No, it's the whole episode. It's not just you.
We
Yeah.
all are. It's
It's one of those days.
anyway. Balder and Sybil, you'd be able to get partially up the stairs with your climb and movement. You do not have the opportunity to attempt to get up there because you had to climb. Which
With
yeah.
I would keep pace with Sybil as
Okay.
we rush in.
So I'm going
I
to
don't
move
want
Kale
any
ahead of
danger.
you in the round in that case. Because you essentially held for her. Jax,
Yes.
what you gonna do? What you gonna do
Well,
with
I'm
all the rats
glad
around you?
you asked because I'm gonna punch punch
You gonna punch?
this person in front of me. Yeah.
I am shocked. Shocked.
Is this
and
person
I
also
will-
shocked?
Yes, I will again use the shocking nature of my abilities.
Okay.
And then let's see what I get on here. That's a 12.
12
Yeah,
hits.
it's a 12.
Told you. You're aiming for 9 here, so you are more than enough.
Yeah, you know, maybe next time. But yeah, you just see him sort of like, so he punches the first guy, says, "I got your back, Scott," runs to the next person, and there's this like, it's a backhand, like, he runs up and just backhand this person.
So, even without using shock, the amount of damage that you can do, even with armor, he would be knocked out. So, Kale, you careen around the corner, position yourself around the same time that you're seeing Jax sidestep up to someone and then just backhand. Like, the back of your middle knuckle hits perfectly right there at that sweet spot by the eye, and the guy just collapses into the rat swarm that goes over him and to the next person.
Great. I'm horrified. I'm just like,
That was all yours, Scott. That's what I'm saying.
The guards once again attempt to like attack the rats that are swarming them. One of them throws a knife at you, Jax, that is a little further back because it's not currently being swarmed. And another one goes to attack you, Kale, because you have arrived within range. So I would like speed defense tasks from both of you.
oh boy.
Great.
Lovely.
I was not expecting to get stabbed today.
I
Nobody
rolled a
ever-
19.
18.
Both of you,
I was like,
definitely good enough. Yeah, so like you guys,
I actually
they
almost
are-
shrieked,
they're-
like, ah!
yeah, they're kind
get a
of
minor
flailing
effect?
around. You said you got a 19.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll allow a counterattack on that one.
Oh, fun. So a knife is thrown at me. Can I just throw it back? Can I catch it and then just throw it back?
Yes, though your attack is hindered because
fine.
it's both a catch and a throw.
That's fine.
So go right ahead.
Oh, that's a 7.
7.
No, that's
Doesn't-
a 1. That's a 1. Excuse
That's
me.
a 1.
That's a natural 1.
All right, so you catch it. It slashes your hand as you try to throw it because you were a little awkward in your catch, and it just clangs off of the wall nearby. So you get 1 point of damage from the dagger as it slashes your hand, and it just goes wild.
Armor? Does my armor come into
You
play?
have armor.
Oh, it
Yes,
doesn't
you
go
have
below.
armor.
Does it not go below? Can it not reduce damage below 1, or is it just?
Yeah, it would reduce it to 0 since you are armored.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
I do have a cut. God, crank. I have to fix that nigga.
But yeah, so that happens. You do see that several of the rats have gotten knocked off and are somewhat injured. The one that Scott had jumped on and took a chunk out of his leg and is also being swarmed by rats breaks while freaking out and runs, shedding rats behind him as he goes. One of the other guards smacks him on the way out.
Scott.
Which does not hit him hard enough past his armor to be able to stop him because they were trying to knock him out for running. And he just goes careening around the hall away from you guys because he just got swarmed by fucking rats and his friends got knocked out by a lightning fist and a lightning backhand. So, like, they... It's one of those I don't get paid enough for this shit type of moments.
Fair. It's fair, you know? Get a better day job.
Okay,
You are
so
up
Kale
next.
has skidded into the room, beheld all of this chaos, and didn't realize that they were close enough to a guard until the, like, sword tips come whooshing past their face, and they're like, ah! And then something deep within their mind rises up. And they go for a backhand on this guy, like just like a, without even really thinking about it, while they are simultaneously screaming, "You tried to hit me with a sword!"
Incredulous.
Yes. Like, how dare you? 17.
Nice.
17 does an extra point of damage.
Ooh, so that would be 5 damage to this gentleman.
All right, so that is one of the ones that is being swarmed by rats because it was one of the closest ones. The point of armor brings it down to 4, so that's a total of. He looks like that one hit took a lot out of him. He is not down yet, though, but he does stagger back and is trying to knock enough rats off, probably to run on his next turn.
So he's staggering back, and I'm standing there with my claws still out mid swipe and just staring at my hand, like.
Yeah. So like he's got like
Didn't mean to
gouges
do that.
down his face and across his armor, and he is like staggering back, trying to knock rats off with his sword, kind of catching himself in the leg a couple of times with the sword as well, as he's trying to get away from you and the tiny rodent swarm that is causing him so much difficulty. Boulder and Sybil, you now
Been having
go
a good
on the
time.
same turn. I'm assuming that you guys are running up. How
Yeah.
close are you running? Are you trying to get all the way to this chaos, or are you going to hold
I
back
am.
a little bit? You are?
Yeah.
Yep.
All the way up.
I need my
All
sword
the way.
back.
Okay.
My look is not complete. So
So to get there, you do have to have a speed task. You got far enough to where it is only a short distance. So it's not hindered at all to be able to attack at the end.
cool. I rolled a 5.
A 5. You get there-ish. You don't quite reach where Jax is. You stall a
That's
little bit
okay.
at the edge of the swarm.
Can I still do an action, right? Like,
Yes,
Or-
you are just not in melee distance of any of the enemies.
that's perfectly fine. I don't like to be in any distance from any enemies. I see. Can I see the guy that's running away?
No. At this point, he is like
Hmm.
down a hall.
Unfortunate. Hold on a second,
You
real
see
quick.
one that looks like he's trying to knock enough rats off to get away.
How many are there? How many are there?
At this point, there's about
26?
10 left.
Last year, there were 37. Sorry, I'm sorry. I was in a bit. What happened? How many?
There's about 10 guards left, one of which is trying to get enough rats off of him to
10.
run.
Cool. Is there any one of them who looks like the big honcho of this little clique?
You can see parts of him underneath the undulating rat horde. He got
Is he-
knocked
is
out
he
by
dead?
Jax.
Oh, then I'm gonna look at whichever one of them looks like they still have some fight in them.
Most of them, yeah.
Just one of them, anyone. And I'm gonna start talking to him, and I'm gonna enthrall him. I'm just gonna be like, "Hey, you and I, we're going to have a conversation. You're not going to go anywhere. You hear me? But they're not going to hurt you. So you are going to be quite all right, so long as you don't do anything stupid."
All right, so you are enthralling one of the guards that is not currently partially covered in swarm. And he loses his actions. I'm putting a little star by him. Sybil, what are you doing? And did you roll to get up in melee?
I did not. I should. 13.
13. That is good enough because it is a 12 to get in melee, in past the
Great.
short distance into melee.
I think she just has been running with no clear idea of what she was gonna do when she got here.
Same.
And so I think she like skids to a stop like in the actual like
Rat
fray
horde
of
that like spreads around you.
rat horde of fighting, and then just kind of like instinctively what I'm gonna do is do a resonance field, which
Okay.
as my action, where basically like so faint lines in a color you choose form a tracery over your entire body and emit faint light. I think it looks a little bit like lightning, like the scar that she's now got. I think that almost looks like it lifts off of her body a little bit and just starts like glowing.
That's badass.
And then forms
Okay.
like extra ones down her arms. And she just kind of like stands there and starts like just kind of finding the wall of the room of like, oh, I didn't think this through. That's it. She's like, oh,
Mood.
wait, fuck,
Big
what
mood,
if
buddy.
this is-
Big
oh,
mood.
I got him here. What the fuck do I do now?
Why am I up here?
Why did I just do that? Yeah,
So,
I love it. I love it. Okay, so yeah, we've got Balder that skidded to a stop at the end of the rat swarm that's trying to cover the still intending to fight guards, talking to one of them that's towards the back that hasn't gotten swarmed and is not currently being injured yet. We've got Jax that has like punched one unconscious, backhanded one unconscious, sparking with lightning, leading the rat horde. We've got Kale that just bitch slapped with claws one of the guys that is now freaking out and trying to leave.
I'm also freaking out.
Sybil, who stumbled into the rat horde, realized what she just did and went, why am I here? Jax.
I ask a question. Are there 3 of them lined up in a semi row? The 3 of them
Easily.
are close together.
Oh,
I'm
easily.
gonna
They're
spin
all
it. I'm
kind
gonna
of
spin an
bunched together.
XP.
Yeah.
I'm gonna spin an XP to use. I've used this before.
Yes, you
Perfect setup.
Okay.
Which let me look at it here. We'll check. If you're fighting at least 3 foes and each is standing in exactly the right spot for you to use a move you trained in long ago, allowing you to attack all 3 as a single action, but it makes separate attack rolls for each one.
Go right ahead.
So here we go. First attack roll. And since I kind of said I don't need to use shock on the last, I'm not going to.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a natural 20 on the first.
God. They're ash.
Okay.
They're ash and dust.
Okay. So with a natural 20, you can either do 4 additional damage or have a major effect, such as throwing him into ones that you are not attacking. Or attacking the others with him.
I will take the major effect, and
Okay.
so should I do the rest before I do this?
Go right ahead. Describe it
I'm
however
gonna
you
roll all
want.
3. I'm gonna roll all 3. That's a 16. No wait,
Hits.
that's a 19. I was looking at it
Oh my
upside
God.
down.
That is a minor effect.
Another minor effect.
Am I going down?
my
I go
God.
down the numbers. That's a 2 on the last one.
Okay, so the 2 does not hit. You get a major effect on the first one and a minor effect on the second one. And it's a full on. How would you like to describe it? Because no matter what, if you hit these guys, they go down. You do that much damage.
So
How would you
Jax,
like to describe it?
you all would see Jax as he sort of like has his hand up after he smacked the other one, and he threw the knife, and now he's kind of like, and then he looks at 3 of them, and then he just turns and kind of like stalks towards them, and then he squats real low, and does a and it springs back up and does a roundhouse kick to fling the first one into others.
Okay.
And then with the same leg, he sort of raises it higher, which scoots him forward and then brings it down on top of the head of the second one. And then for the third attack, he tries to do a trip. So again, he squats real low, but it doesn't go.
Okay. So normally the minor effect would be like stunning someone, etc. But since the person is not going to be standing after this, I will say that their body is hindrance for movement to the other enemies.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so like Sybil, while pressing yourself against the wall, and the other two of you guys see this as well, you see Jax do this like crouch roundhouse step forward, axe kick down, and the first one that got kicked into the other enemies got thrown into the one that he did not manage to hit.
Bloody hell.
And just a minute, my sound just died.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
Say good things.
That Evie is the best
We're
GM to
one
ever
of
grace
the
a
favorite
screen.
GMs to ever play with. It's true.
Yeah, that's very true. Yes. You should all go follow Evie on
He's got
social
great
medias.
hair. Very creative.
Okay, so it goes. He goes flying into the one that Jax did not manage to kick, and then like knocks him to the ground directly into the swarm. The one that he axe kicked down also falls directly down and into the swarm, causing the last two to stumble. So let's see, just a minute. We've got down, down, hindered. So we do have several left. One is being enthralled. So we do have several left. Most of them have been knocked out by Jax, but a couple of them are prone.
In 20 seconds.
Which brings us to the guards, and they are going to spend this round attempting to right themselves. Also suffering.
Oh, sound's gone.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
but it just went for us.
Yeah. So they do spend this round trying to right themselves. The guy that had been trying to knock the rats off because you just scared the shit out of him with claw backhand, like pimp slap, does manage to make it to a run, and also leaves. Which means that you've got 6 left, one of which is enthralled. Balder.
Sorry, I thought it was Kale's turn.
You're right, because of the held action. So Kale.
Yeah.
Kale, you are next.
This man is trying to run. Kale would not try to go after him, but Kale is not just Kale right now.
It's
I just
Dark
did a little
Kale.
roll to see who is in charge right now, and it's not Kale.
Lovely.
So I'm going to, as he turns to flee, just like a cat pounce on his back.
Oh, fuck yes.
Love this.
I'm going to do a reroll on that because that was not a great roll. That is much better. 14 is better than 3.
You jump the dude. What you doing? You just collapsing him to the ground, or are you like attacking?
I'm probably attacking. Like there's like a puma like crouch and spring, and I just go full forward claws first into this guy's back.
All right, so this is normally an unarmed attack, but you have claws, which turns them into light weapons.
Medium weapons.
Medium weapons, right?
I have 4 damage.
So your claws dig through the sections of armor that this guy is wearing, and there is a loud yelp, not just as he collapses to the ground with you on top of him, but as the claws dig in, and you can feel them digging into the muscle underneath. And he passes the fuck out with you like full on gouged into him.
Kale looks like they have just like a wild look in their eyes. They are not fully there right now. This man tried to stab them with a sword.
Balder.
I'm proud.
I'm just gonna out loud to everybody say the one who isn't moving is I've got him stuck, so no one attack him, and then he'll be unstuck. Also, rats, please. I know we don't speak the same language because you speak rat and I speak human, but don't attack that one. I hope you on. Okay, it's my turn.
I would like you to make a persuasion roll to catch the attention of the only rat that can understand you.
Well, good for me. I have both creature handling and persuasion training,
Mm.
which is fine because I rolled a 15 anyway.
Definitely enough to catch Scott's attention. So there is
God, it felt so good.
squeaking acknowledgement. You don't know what it means because you haven't heard Scott long enough to be able to communicate with him yet. But there is some sort of squeaky acknowledgement from the undulating mass of rats.
All right.
Sybil.
That's Scott the Rat King for real.
Really? Oh. Hello.
Sybil, how are you handling this situation as you currently are? You are near some guards, but they are so busy trying to right themselves from the disaster that is Jax that none of them have tried to attack you yet.
I think I don't want to attack them. But I think I'm using all of my new things today because they're fun.
I'm gonna read their minds.
I want to do Dream Thief.
Oh
Because
no.
that will at least do some damage to them. And I want to know like what is going on with them and why they're here. But if I mind read them, I'm only gonna get their surface thoughts, and I guarantee you their surface thoughts are
monster!
oh fuck, oh shit, yeah, it's gonna be that.
I should have gone into herbology.
Study of plants.
Reptiles. Herpetology.
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 Herpology is just plants.
Anyway.
Alright. So, do you just choose a random guard, or do you choose the guard that is currently enthralled?
I think I pick the one that looks the least invested in the fight. Do with that what you will.
The one that looks the least invested in the fight is just focused on Balder, because he's not acting aggressively because he is enthralled. There are some that are like trying to right themselves, but you can't tell if it's right themselves to run or right themselves to attack.
What does it actually mean when it says loses 2 points of intellect? Like, is that damage? Does that
Yeah, that is intellect damage. That is full on intellect.
Explicitly said, don't hit them.
Yeah,
Enthrall specifically says the creature is attacked. Would this
Yeah,
be
it is.
something an attack?
It is not an attack.
It's not an attack.
Attack is a very specific thing done in Cypher. It can cause damage without it being an attack, just like you can suffer damage from natural ones. You can suffer damage from situational things. It's damage is not indicative of attack.
Then I think she like pushes herself off of the wall and just kind of like comes a little closer. And I'm gonna do Dream Thief on the one that's enthralled. So I learn something the GM chooses to reveal. Its nature, a portion of its plans, a memory, and so on.
So Balder focusing on this guy, and Sybil also focusing on this guy, because both of you are focused on this one that is enthralled. You see his eyes suddenly go bloodshot, the way that occasionally you'll burst a blood vessel in your eyes when you're like particularly strained. Like, have none of you done that before? I've done that, like, sneezing
I've never
before.
noticed it.
I've done that,
Yeah. Like, you can...
I've never seen it happen.
Yeah, so, like, it's just this sudden shot of red through his eyes as he suffers the intellect damage. He also kind of, like, not necessarily staggers, but sags from that intellect points coming from his intellect pool. And what you learn from him is mostly fear of not necessarily this situation, but the situation at large, and that they were sent after where the thing that blew up came from.
Okay.
Since it took out a part of the academy.
Ooh. Oh no.
Oh, whoa.
I mean, that could be tiny. It's hard. There's no measurement attached
Okay.
to that.
Okay.
Okay.
Great.
You're
Cool.
scared.
Great.
Spoil it. Who knows?
Great and cool.
Corner of a balcony.
It was just one of those never-ending mints that you put in a
Yeah.
urinal.
Or it's Michelle's office.
Oops.
I don't know.
He has a urinal in there.
What did we do? Was it us? Was it not us?
But
Hopefully it wasn't us.
yeah.
I'm in the
But
shit.
yeah, so like you are focused stealing this dream, and it's not necessarily even just the knowledge of this happening, but the nightmare of as if he had been there. Because you are stealing a dream. You're getting information from it, but you are stealing a dream. So you have knowledge but not the experience of the nightmare of someone who saw the aftermath and got sent and has in the back of his head the potential for this nightmare or dream of having experienced it or seen it or been there or it happening again.
Mhm.
Great.
Yeah. Jax, that brings us back around to you. And we need to be wrapping this up pretty soon. So we may either jump from whatever Jax does next to the wrap, or we will finish up the fight next time because I know that at least one of us needs to be heading out soon.
All right, I'm moving up and attacking the next person. Punchy punch. That's a natural 1.
Ooh.
So as you experience all of this, yeah, as you experience all of this, Sybil, it's sort of like this tunnel effect, slow motion around you, returning to the sense of your current predicament. And you see Jax go to attack one of the ones that had been trying to help the guy that he knocked the fuck down into the swarm back to his feet, stumbles across a couple of rats and directly into the people who then attempt to grab him. And I think that is a great opportunity for us to end here and pick it up next time with them attempting to restrain you, Jax, because you have quite literally stumbled over the swarm and into their arms.
Look, no one can contain me. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah.
They're
But-
just putting themselves within punching distance.
Yeah. Hey, like he doesn't have to punch. He can kick. He can squirm. He can also use like a might defense to break his way out of the hold. You don't know. We will find out next time. But I am Evie, the Disaster GM. This has been an absolutely hilarious and wonderful session with all of you of Empyrean Rising. Let's go ahead and let Alina do their ending. This is who I am, where you can find me, so that if necessary, you can jump out.
Awesome. Hi, everybody. I am Alina Pete. I'm playing Kale. We're both they, them. Boy, what a night. It is Canadian Thanksgiving. I don't really celebrate that, but we're going to have an autumn feast anyway. It's fun. I like a turkey. So I'm going to head out soon, but you can find me online at alinapete.com or at weregeek.com and on most socials at alinapete. Yeah, or Weregeek Comics. I will see you all later.
So yeah, let's jump over to Sybil.
That's me.
Maggie. Yeah.
I'm Maggie, and I'm playing Sybil, and you can find me most places at Maggie Hun. The end. That's all. That's all I got. My brain doesn't work today.
Joel.
Hi. I was Balder. I had fun. You can find me online at Joel Writes, but Joel's written weird. It's like OWO in the middle, like an OO, because that's what people called me, and I just kind of stuck with it. So yeah, that's me. Find me everywhere or wherever I am.
Cast links are in chat. And Extel, our lovely
hello,
fighter.
everybody. I've been Jax this evening. I hope you had a great time. You can find me everywhere at Extra the Queen. Extra the King.
Alia, the queen, yes.
Extra the King. I'm not on Facebook. That's the only place you're not gonna find me.
But he is on
but-
Metaverse. Sorry, go on.
You can find out about all the stuff that I'm in on my socials. Post about it. But yeah, thanks for coming, and hope to see you next time.
Wonderful. Yeah, we will catch you guys next time and have a great night. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.